Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
This continues to look better by the day for the Penguins as Brazo centers. Mantha scores! Oh, the big man connect!
Here's Kiki. Up top, McAvoy to Pasternak. Drilled. He scores! Charlie McAvoy.
Trying to go to the other side of the rim, use the rim as protection.
The Rams count it and the foul for the 15-time All-Star KD.
They spotted the magic three and then have scored 8 consecutive. LaMelo. Green runs the floor, challenges flag but couldn't finish. And it's cleared by Powell. Flag with a head of steam all the way. Heads and hits. +1.
Waiting to create a shooting window, and again, he scores inside the paint.
Oh, really deep for Steph Curry. Unlimited range.
I talked to Fox Sports, who puts the crown on, talked to them in Miami, and I said, man, thanks for that tournament, because, you know, it taught us to play in a championship environment, win or go home. And that success we had is carried over mentally. You know, Cale Jacobson, you know, went from who was Cale Jacobson to really probably our MVP of that tournament last year. And now, you know, I think I saw a stat, if he plays 10 minutes a game, we haven't lost. So, of course, we haven't lost if he plays 1 minute a game this year either. But when Cale's on the floor, but again, he came forward last year in that crown. So that was a real turning point, I think, for what's happening this year.
Good morning. Welcome in Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. What's up, DB?
How we doing?
Good. I like Troy Dannen, right?
Oh yeah.
I do feel like we haven't lost when X happens.
Time out.
Yep.
Appreciate the audio, courtesy of the Husker Radio Network.
Oh yes, of course. We'll talk to Jessica COODY today.
Kyle Crooks with the sit down with Troy Dannen.
Appreciate the Husker Radio Network as always.
Carry on, my wayward son.
The analogy of we haven't lost when X happens loses a little bit of luster when you just haven't lost.
Yeah, I know.
Right? It's like, well, I haven't lost when Jared Garcia plays X number of minutes. You know, like
all I could think of when you
can say that for everybody.
About that, I was like, oh boy, you know, get my man Logan on the crime scene.
I know.
That's fine.
I understand.
Logan is an absolute terror.
Oh, he's a menace.
I mean,
he stays on it too.
Just relentless.
Yeah.
Right. The deep finds, the deep dives.
I can't tell if it's a bit.
I think he's just I just think he's a fan, and he was passionate about his data. He was way
ahead of the curve.
Ahead of the curve.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, the pools he was trying to establish, and you have to start somewhere with data.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and I was splitting hairs. I was giving him a hard time.
And it was just like, some of those were classic. Well, 18 minutes compared to 20, like.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so you tell me if he plays 19, they lose. He plays 21, they win.
It was like,
come on.
It's 18 the arbitrary number, and then he would go back with like, well, no, it's just I needed a consistent data. Like he was super honest about how he was trying,
which is fair,
to compile the data of the importance of Hoiberg.
I can appreciate that because you got to start. You got to you just got to start somewhere, right? You got to pick a number.
Dude, he's a year and a half ahead. He's a year ahead of schedule.
And I still, honestly, I am still a little stunned how well it scaled.
Yeah, he was
way ahead.
I'm still trying to get him to call in. He says he wouldn't be very good.
So not everybody's good on the phone.
We have groomed some pretty average,
mediocre talkers.
Yes.
Maybe he's how old is Logan?
He has yet to say.
Okay, because if he's young,
but he coaches kids.
Okay, because if he's like younger than me,
because hasn't he's talked about? Hey, I tell my son.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But if he's younger than me, which that very well could be, a lot of texters in that generation.
Mid-30s, right? He doesn't strike me as a guy that's, I would say, wheelhouse. I will put Logan at 38.
Oh, so you think he's like exact same age as me?
About.
Yeah. I was going to guess a little younger, like maybe Rico's age.
Yeah, but, weirdly, I actually think Rico's younger than he really is.
He's very exuberant, which I think gives him a younger, like makes me think he skews younger.
Yeah.
I forget he's only a few years younger than me.
Yeah, he's significantly older than I.
Where I feel like
than I
my
give him credit for.
personality, even though I'm childish, like I've kind of got like a curmudgeonly old man personality.
Yeah, you got that right.
I forget that you're older than me all the time.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I can be a child. And plus, you know what? Like, with me, it's whatever role I need to be.
Yeah, you're very adaptable.
If I need to be older and mature, I'll be older and mature. If I have to go along to get along, I'll do that.
If you need to deal with a child every day.
Fudge, I got two. I thought of you this morning. I was outside.
I was like, oh, no, what Mike could do?
Nah, he's chill.
Okay.
He's like, did you really call me a pup?
Did you see? You didn't. Sorry, you didn't. He hit Hurrdat Sports up on Twitter.
That's how he is.
He goes, a pup, really? At Hurrdat Sports.
Hey. So this is the duality of my job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm always going to be a father.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? And I'm currently his coordinator.
Yeah. Father first, coach.
So listen.
Yeah.
So I picked this dude up from school. He's got open mod. Mm-hmm. He's got to get his phone fixed.
Oh, yeah.
Or we got to pick up the loaner. It was shipped in. He gets in the car and he goes, I'm going to do him perfectly. He goes, gets in, he sits down, he goes, hi, Father. I go, hey, man, what's up? Yeah, I chest pat him. You know, he doesn't like to really be touched. I chest pat him. He sits in the seat, he buckles up.
What's that?
He's quiet for like 60 seconds. I mean, I can feel the ice.
Yeah, he's just like processing.
This dude he did the slow head turn. He goes, so do you think I want to hear from my friends that you called me a pup, or like, what are we doing? I said, oh.
We're starting like that today, huh?
Yeah, he always chooses violence. I said, listen, let me tell you something. What you don't understand is that it's complicated, Breeze. What I'm going to tell you is we'll lay in the cut. Mm-hmm. We'll assume the defensive posture. We'll go play ball.
Show up.
Yep. Like that.
Got to play defense before you can parry.
And all of a sudden he lit up.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I got you. You know.
I think he.
But believe me.
You need the context to know it wasn't like derogatory.
When people relay he's like, I'm in math class.
Yeah.
I have my AirPods in. I'm clearly trying to do homework. Like, why don't these guys know that that's not what I want to hear? And I always forget that's the complicated part of what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I had a chance to get way out in front with Caleb. Mm-hmm. But you know, Micah's much more rigid.
Yeah. So
he's less not as apt to give grace.
Yeah, Caleb seems very like he'll let some things roll off his back.
Yeah.
Like he might keep some receipts, but like he'll see how it plays out first.
Oh yeah. I mean, if there was ever a day to be in a funny style mood, it would have been yesterday.
Yeah.
It started off. I went back, talked to my boy Abdul. I almost wasn't gonna get it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh boy, he's gonna lay into me. Like, man, you better man than me. I was like, we're good. We're all good.
I think I like Abdul.
You would.
I think I like Abdul.
Yeah, you rock with that guy.
27, right?
Yeah. He and I we were going to come up with a list. You know, because of course we get to talking about players in the Metro and national recruiting and, you know, his recruiting and stuff like that. And Mike is going to play 7-on-7 for him. We were just talking about, you know, talking about players. Right. And I think for me, clearly the best player that we played against was Darian Jones. Like the best overall football player.
Yeah, I would agree. And he gave you some trouble too.
The most jaw-dropping was Jet Tamala.
Sure, yeah.
Right, where you're like, it's pretty good.
And also,
So, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, I got to give Jet a ton of credit too. Because, like, he got a lot better from junior to senior year.
No, how about sophomore?
Yeah, for sure from sophomore.
So, you know, and I'm not here to
No, I like Jet though. I mean, you know,
like his development
was really impressive.
Yeah.
Because a lot of, especially, it seems like a lot of guys that like you get some shine and you kind of like get the offer you want.
Yeah.
And they stop getting better. Like that's the end goal.
Well,
that didn't happen.
So
with
one
Jet.
of the reasons that I've always, I told you, like I think I've been DMing this kid since he was a sophomore.
You've been cheering for him.
So the one thing, my favorite thing about him, he gives zero care. He's just competitive.
He stays on it.
Like, and I'll rock with that.
Yeah.
So he was probably Darian's the best.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jet was probably the most jaw dropping. But I'm coming up with like these 4 or 5
like superlatives
of the best, the best of the underappreciated
from last year.
Oh yeah. Bryce Vignes is on that list.
Yeah.
From Papio.
Who's the
Zach is on that list from
and Zach was.
But see, so the difference between like Vignes and Zach has stats.
Oh, for sure. He put up numbers.
So people I do think he's underappreciated.
I think he's underappreciated because he didn't get the recruiting attention.
Man.
But that kid could ball.
Shoot, Held got him.
Yeah, which Ryan did well.
Well, he got another guy on the list, Urban.
Yeah. So
Tegan Urban, like,
yeah, Held did really well.
So it's Vignes, it's there's Urban, there's Zach, there's
who's the linebacker from North?
Oh, Max Clark.
Max Clark.
So I loved Max as a junior. I can't say that I felt like Max was like that this year.
Fair.
And I don't know enough. So
Fair.
I could be wrong. BJ Newsom.
Oh, from Central. Really, really good. He's a menace.
Dude. Like, he makes that all.
Yeah.
So when I say, like, not, like, off the radar, like, and coincidentally, like, Newsom and Vignes kind of shared the same. They're kind of a little undervalued size-wise for what they do.
Sure.
But incredibly talented.
Yeah. Central's offense without Newsom would have been
you saw it.
Lot of trouble.
You saw it.
He was dynamic.
You saw it.
Yeah.
And I think him getting hurt helped spur the departures.
Possible.
Right? It's like, is this what it's like? I mean,
is this what it's like without
and
without
I told you that for 2 years.
Yeah.
You call Coach Lamonge right now.
Yeah.
He's most underappreciated player in the Metro. He's not gonna call him by name. He's gonna say number 7 from Central.
I almost want to say most valuable.
Certainly. So let me see. There's Urban. Although he has stats too.
Urban does, yeah.
He has tremendous stats.
Yeah.
So maybe Zach and Tegan don't count. I just think we talk about a lot of other things about that school and not those two.
For sure.
So I talked about Vignes, Newsom.
Talked about Darian as just the best
He's
overall.
Not
under the radar, but best overall guy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not even 2-way, 3-way guy.
He's
dynamic. Like, he was.
I wonder what's going to happen. Like, if he stays on the gas, because he's got a coach that's going to coach the poop out of him.
Sure.
And I don't know how long Parker's going to hang around, but I mean, he's going to coach the living daylights out of him. But just kind of this superlatives for guys flying under the radar, because I was talking to D-Jack. Just elaborating more about Freeze. I was telling him there's a lot of guys like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Slagle was really good. Like, there's just, and I'll be curious to see, because I thought this was a talented year, obviously, for
super good group
for high end. But there's this flying under the radar pack that I think in a couple of years you're gonna be like, huh.
Yeah, I think the depth was maybe better than we gave it credit for.
Well, you got me. Well, I got you, and then you've taken it to another level of the trickle down effect. Right? You listen to Stroh say they're getting guys that they'd never thought about getting.
That's part of the reason I want to talk to D-Jack earlier in the week.
Yeah.
And I still need to talk to him. We need to talk to him again next week because there was stuff I didn't get to.
No, and he knows.
Yeah.
He knows. He's like, I always worry with after I interview him because he's a philosopher.
That's why I like talking to him.
As am I.
Yeah, that's why I like talking to him.
So I think sometimes people just want I
want the why.
They just want the the balls and the muscle. But I'm just like, there's way more than that.
Yeah.
And so he and I have always connected. So he allows us to ask him things. He's like, oh man,
he gives good answers. Yeah.
And he's like, man, he's like, we go there, and I was like, some of that stuff is super important.
That's the stuff that I care about
Well,
for sports.
And I
right?
mean, you know, I was watching this piece on, and I don't I mean, you just got to give him his due. So Cignetti, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how long he was at Alabama?
He was hired pretty early with Saban.
Do you want the year?
10?
7.
7. Okay. So even earlier than I thought.
He
was there for like 10 years, right?
3. Do you know what he did?
He wasn't on.
Go pull up his.
Honestly, I don't remember him being on field at first, right?
So no, he coached wide receivers.
Oh, wow.
So he was one of those guys that I think Nick could have elevated. Coach Saban could have elevated.
Sure.
And he didn't. So he leaves.
Oh, I was thinking of the recruiting coordinator role. That's the one I was thinking of.
So that's my thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to get to.
Yeah. That's why I thought he wasn't on field.
Was his recruiting coordinator.
Yeah, so that's the
look at the year.
7 to 10.
Okay. Were they getting good players?
Yeah.
You think Cignetti knows talent eval?
Yeah.
So he doesn't get elevated. And he's older.
Sure.
I mean,
because by 07 he's 46.
So, yeah, right.
Which for a position coach is on the older end.
He's like, look, man, I don't want to be a position coach my whole life.
Yeah.
Look and see where he left to go.
He went to IUP. That's the D2 spot.
IUP.
Yeah.
So he went from the recruiting coordinator and wide receivers coach at Alabama, bringing in dude after dude.
And by his own account, making very good money. Like, he may not have elevated him in title, but he was paying him.
Yeah.
Like, I think he said he was making $400,000.
Yeah.
And in 07 to 10, that's an ungodly number for a position coach at the time.
Yeah, wide receiver. Oh, for sure.
Right? So, like, Saban understood the value. He just wasn't moving him.
So my dude went to IUP.
Yeah, I think he said he took like a $350,000 pay cut.
And blew the frick up.
Yeah. It was still a slow burn, though.
100%.
Because you know how long he was at IUP? This is the funny part. This is the funny part.
I know this backstory like the back of my hand.
He was there for way longer than people think. Because Elon was quick. James Madison was a little longer still.
Well, I told you, he didn't go to Elon until 17.
18. Or 17.
18.
17. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look.
That's the funny part, though, is like it's not like because he went 12-2 his second year at IUP.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he got poached right away.
He goes, I just did not want to be I didn't want to be a lifelong position coach, which made me think of like Dan Jackson. I've listened to, North Dakota State staff was part of the coaching clinic at Nebraska last year. So I listened to those guys and obviously just talking to guys around the country, Clark Lee or, Fick or Kirk. It's just there's similarities. And I think as fans and in media, we undersell them all.
The similarities between those types of guys?
Yes. Just the perseverance to see something through. And to be patient.
Yeah. Well, so there's something about his coaching resume.
Who's his?
Cignetti.
Okay.
That reminds me a lot of the way he puts his football teams together. Because you don't make a move like going from Alabama, where you're making almost $500,000 to be the wide receiver coach and recruiting coordinator. Mm-hmm. And I'll bet you, had he gone to Saban and be like, I need more money, he'd have got more money.
I don't know, man. Like, Saban had rehabbed a lot of guys by then.
He may not have gotten a new position, but I bet he would have got more money to stay at that spot.
Yeah, I hear you.
If he wanted to.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You don't make that move to go from that job, making that money under that head coach, to going to a Division II school and being the head coach there, unless you know what you want it to look like in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same reason he's good at talent evaluation. The identity of him knowing what he wants it to look like in the end is the same thing that helped him in his career, and it's the same thing that helps him know which guys to take from James Madison to Indiana and go be able to look at Fernando Mendoza and be like, okay, he's not there yet, but I can get him there.
Yeah.
Right? I can get him to where I need him to be.
Because all the stories are funny now, right? Mm-hmm. Where there were like the 15 things that he wanted to change about Mendoza.
Yeah, it's like he goes on for 30 consecutive seconds of, well, he didn't process fast enough and didn't get the ball out quick enough. I need him to move a little bit better. And like, he just kept going.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you even like this guy?
Yeah.
But he had an exact idea of what he wanted it to look like, and that's the only reason you could take a career path like this.
And it's why I'm always fascinated by whether guys, because what do I always talk about? Staying the course, having some resolve,
Conviction,
doubling down, conviction. That's why, this year it fascinates me because he's removed almost
for Rhule.
Yeah, he's removed almost all of the things that have ailed him. A couple bad hires. Took a few chances early. Kind of resettled.
Yep.
Then the landscape changed, so he had to change on the fly. You go from not having a ton of resources to being in an okay position where you can at least sit down at the table. So some of these things are new. We don't think so. We just think year 4 or year 3, the schedule looks like this. It should be like this. But the moving pieces that I think they're trying to navigate, and you heard a little from Dannen last night. I was going to give Casey a hard time, but I didn't know what kind of mood he was in because it was going to start with him shaving.
Yeah,
I love his beard,
like the little
first down
scruff.
Huskers,
and he went clean face on me.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh. So I brought back the old KC today.
Well, yeah, you got to keep him with the beard there. Yeah. Oh, we got the whole crew on here today.
Well,
not the whole crew, but a couple of them.
I thought I was gonna have to punch Shane in the face yesterday.
In the broadcast booth, Kyle Crook's on the call with Damon and Bannon.
He laughs at his own stuff. You're stupid. It's fine. It's Friday. I mean, no holds barred.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
you're gonna give Kyle a hard time?
Yeah, but one of the thing the thing that I think would be very, especially in light of, I'm not gonna get on Sipple. Shane, get Sipple for Monday. This dude is talking.
You need to have a little conversation with Sip.
No, I'm not.
I feel like a penguin.
I'm not gonna say anything until we talk.
Okay.
Because, I mean, whatever, right? Now we get these reports about NIL and paying and cars and, Rhule being in the pockets of schools, and it's just like, God, you guys. It's fine. Just let it play out. But yeah, see if you can get Sip for Monday. Well, I'm gonna do that thing where we're in the court of law, and I'm TK, but I'm supposed to be. No, it wouldn't be TK. It'd be the other side. It'd be the public defender. I'd be like, yeah, permission to treat him as a hostile witness.
Don't mealy mouth me.
I'm be like, really, bro?
Let's gotta get after it.
I drove there shirtless.
He's tough. He can handle it.
Oh, and he said something to me in Vegas that I think I'll forever be kindred spirits.
Yeah.
And it's weird too, because there's one thing that really chafes my hide is when people compare me and him as spokespeople for the university, and we couldn't be more different.
Yeah.
Just we couldn't be more different. But it's why it works.
Yeah.
It's definitely why it works. And he lost all his chickens, so I want to ask him about that.
Oh man.
He's out.
No more chickens?
Dunzo.
Not in the chicken business anymore.
Man, that dirt looks amazing.
Yeah. Oh, did you see they're trying to pass an ordinance right down the street from me? You can have up to 4 hens, or 4 chickens, but no roosters.
Yeah, you can't. Generally speaking, you can't have roosters in city limits. That's
I can't believe it was like going to the city council.
Listen, a lot of people want some chickens in their backyard, I guess.
I was talking to.
Well, I say, where's Wyatt at?
My man over at Rotella's, and he's just like. Anyway, it's just funny. We're previewing Iowa, which we will. That's the segue, JD. We're going to preview Nebraska, Iowa. I'm sure Commander Cody will break us off a call. We got Jess at 9:30. We got Sautter. I woke Sautter up at 9, or I woke Sautter up at 6:30
this morning.
Once
you get going, it's hard to remember now.
And I'm 2 hours in.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, I think everybody's like me.
Yeah.
And this dude was like, "Hello." I was like, "Oh shoot, man, my bad."
Yeah.
Good night. Go back to bed. He didn't say no. What do you need?
He's like, "All right, bye."
Yeah. He's like, all right, bye. I was like, damn it. Just don't.
And it's like,
I just
bro.
won't call anybody.
Yeah.
And I enjoy my peace in the car. I'm not a need to be on the phone guy. I want to be listening to music.
Sautter is on the. I need to be on. He loves being on the phone when he's
I don't
driving.
understand that. It's like people's offices sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
if you're on the road that much, which you are a lot, I don't know why. I would imagine you'd be more of a phone in the car guy.
So talking to you yesterday, how about me just nailing the time? Hey, appreciate your 34 minutes and 53 seconds.
Oh, I thought you looked.
I was guessing.
Oh,
I
okay.
knew about what it
Yeah,
was because I knew when I pulled into the car wash.
Sure, yeah.
Because I was just sitting there.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I feel like this is kind of a crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know my gamification, what I did?
Like Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Yeah. Yeah. So do you know what I did?
What?
I gave myself the competitive analogy of starting fresh, like washing my car.
Okay.
So I broke off the call.
Isn't
that weird how my mind works?
Yeah. You gotta talk yourself into it sometimes. I get it.
Oh, fuck.
I get it, you know?
I'm blaming Abdul. He sent me over the edge.
Come on, Abdul.
No, it's my guy.
Nah, I know.
So
so you want to talk to Kyle, or you were going to talk to Kyle?
Yeah, because one thing I want to know about there still has to be a meeting of the minds between Stu or Pat, TD, Coach Rhule, all the coaching salaries and stuff were released.
Yeah,
I think they may have one or two more.
Yeah, I don't think Brown or Taylor are done yet.
Rounds of hires.
Yeah.
And what that landscape looks like. But it's kind of nitty-gritty.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, like, the proper way to kind of ask those questions. But it is evolving.
Yeah.
Right? Because this Coach Rhule tinkers with his staff, support staff, admin staff. Sometimes it's people that we don't even know.
Yeah.
Like those finances change. Who's on the hook for what?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want this guy. What are the optics of that? Like, there's a lot of that stuff that I think is still kind of being sifted through that they would like to start year 4. And everybody can be happy now. They released Coach Satterfield's salary, which is the stupidest thing ever, but I get it. It's a public entity. So now that's one less thing we've got to argue about.
Yeah, he's making regular tight end coach money again.
It's like, you guys, the pound of flesh people are just funny, but it's like, oh man, DP, everything's always going to be okay with you, man. I was like, no, man, I'm just not impractical.
Yeah.
Like, I know how this is going to work.
Lo and behold, paid like a position coach again.
Oh,
there.
And he's still here. I thought of you this morning. Do you want to know why?
Yeah.
So I'm out taking the dogs out.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm a little bitter that I'm not getting as much help as I want.
Okay.
So I got all 3. And I'm like, not doing this. Just rocked with Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Still learning, 16 weeks. This little girl is a closet pooper.
What do you mean?
Wow, she like poops in secret.
Oh, she like hides?
Yeah. So it's pitch black outside.
She like finds a corner somewhere you can't see her.
Your boy has to take a flashlight out there. I'm like, if my neighbors are even remotely up, they're going to be like,
doing?
I think we're getting ready to be robbed. Psst. Patty, somebody's out there with a flashlight. Nah, that's just Damon. He's just saying if his dog took a duker. She's gone in the window wells. She's gone in the back corner where all the leaves are.
I'm surprised she doesn't hide under the deck and do it.
That was new. How did you know that?
Did
I tell you that?
Huh.
A week ago, your boy is on all 4s looking under my deck. I want to board it up.
I'm surprised you haven't put the trellis.
Well, I don't know how I'm gonna. It's big. It's a big deck.
No, I know.
I don't know how I'm gonna get all. I can't enclose all of it.
I was thinking like chicken wire. You can put chicken wire around it.
Dude, I can't even fix a toilet lid. How am I gonna?
Well, I mean, you get somebody else to put chicken wire around it. Dude, get Lupe. He can help you out. He seems handy.
I told you, Lupe already changed my tire. He's good for the year.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought maybe he would help you out again.
This dude said, hey, you got anything I can sit on? Sure.
Can make that happen.
But, I didn't put 2 and 2 together because he looks like way fit.
Yeah.
But I do forget his age.
Yeah.
He's like, man, it's a lot easier to get down than it is to get up. I was like, oh, shoot, I feel bad. Nobody, is there anything I can do? So then I just sit there and I look over his shoulder. I feel like I'm helping. He's probably like, why is this dude breathing on my neck?
Like, what can I do to help?
Go sit your little black ass down somewhere. That's probably what he wants to say. I'm like, hey, man, I'm just trying to help out.
Wait, so why did Bella going out made you think of me?
Because sometimes your morning gets shook because your dogs
yeah.
get fickle about going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
This little girl, speed record, peeing and pooping.
She's never been cold like this before.
Total 4 minutes. And that's me carrying her out. I carry this little girl out.
Yeah.
There's a spot that I like. I said, good girl.
She stayed on it.
Man, she hears my alarm. She knows it's time to eat. You talk about Pavlov.
Like the cows?
Man.
The horn?
This little girl to go take her little brown butt. She go sit in the kitchen and just wait.
It's like, hey, I heard it.
There's no lights on.
It's like, hey.
I mean, we have like these smell good things that kind of light up.
Oh,
but you're
yeah,
basically walking around in the dark.
Yeah.
So, I'm already strapped, right? I got my hat out. I got my coat on the chair. There will be no noise.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like a ninja. Because I don't want to hear Micah's mouth. And this dude fell asleep with the TV on again.
Oh, come on, man.
I shut that thing off at 4. I can't wait till he gets up. I'm calling him on speakerphone.
You can call him, give him a hard time?
Why were there such bad games on last night?
Lattice. That's the word I was thinking of, Jack. It's the stuff that's like kind of cross.
Yeah,
like,
the wood thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Hey,
said,
Jack, do you want to fly in and help me? Jack, I kind of want to hang out, man. Why don't you learn me some things?
He said it's pretty easy to work with.
Okay, me and Jack. Like,
I know.
Jack would be like, "You're incompetent."
Oh yeah, I had to.
If you and Jack are hanging out, I'm coming over.
No,
we should have him over to the bar. Let's just have him hang out.
So, do you know how bad? The only reason I wanted to play in Nashville for the bowl game
Was to
is
meet
so I
Jack?
could see. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, the heck with and I've been there twice. So it's like I just was there twice in the past 3 years. Now I don't want to go to the good restaurants. I want to go. I'm closer to Jack.
I don't care about Dave's hot chicken. I'm trying to get.
Dude, that's so overrated. Can we have that discussion?
Sure. Hot chicken in general or Dave's?
Chicken sandwich.
Of course, Kent had one ready.
Press it.
Oh,
it's hot chicken. Hot chicken in general is overrated.
I'm not a hot chicken guy.
By the way, if these guys hire Shula, I'm gonna be like, man,
Your guys?
Steelers.
Yeah. Well, better than McCarthy?
See you in Pittsburgh.
Way better.
All right. I'm just making sure.
Hey, Shane, anybody can be beat, right? Anybody can be beat.
Amazing Daniel says,
Anybody can be beat.
one of my dogs used to love bleeping under the deck. I just made my kid go under there and pick it up.
Dude, it's so annoying. The grass has like Justin Timberlake frosted tips. I'm on all fours with a. Hey, if a real man like saw my flashlight, I would be shamed to no end.
What kind of flashlight we working with
It's
here?
about as big as my thumb.
Oh, it's like one of those little pocket ones, like keychain ones?
It's considering Zoe's probably laid in her bed and like done the ceiling thing with it. It's not what I would call a legit flashlight. So it's like
I had to go out and buy some for my dogs when they're not coming in.
I'm like, did she poop? Did she poop? Why did she poop?
You got to make sure, though, 'cause you don't want to have an accident.
And I'm OCD.
Yeah. No, I get it. Like, it's just funny because so my old dog Tally, when I was living at my parents' house after the divorce, that I was very good about making sure, because like now I pay somebody to clean up the poop and they just do it once a week.
What are they cracking you for?
Dude, for 3 dogs, it's only like $50 a month.
What am I? I'm 35, but is it a month?
Yeah, it's with tax, it's like 53 and change.
I ain't even telling them I got a third dog.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like the poop is like the size of my pinky.
Yeah, I know. Yours is not. They're not dealing with the same stuff at your house. They're dealing with it at my house.
Do you know I fell for the okie doke?
Which one?
So this last vet visit was $400.
Yeah. For new girl?
And it was
no, that was for Biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So that's $790 in the last 16 days.
Yeah.
Do you know the pet insurance is each dog for the premium?
Oh. I did not know that.
Oh, I didn't either.
You found out, huh?
Yeah, they're out.
Feel great.
We'll be
Poetic justice.
Let that shit sink in.
This dude. First of all, that's not poetic justice. That's getting over.
That's highway robbery.
That's getting over. Each dog is. I'm done.
But no, so
let that bleep sink in.
Let that shit sink in.
you can't let it sink in. Then you can't pick it up out of the grass.
This
Shane.
dude is truly choosing violence today.
No, so I would have to go pick up the poop immediately when I was living at my parents' house, and I missed it one time because it was cold out, so I went back inside and I didn't think she had to go, and so I thought she was just doing number ones, and then I my mom's like, I think she pooped out there, and so I go, hey Tally, show me where you pooped. Girl walks right over to the pile, and I was like, it's right here, Dad. And so from that point forward, I was like, hey, just show me where you pooped, and she just walked her little behind over there every time. It was unbelievable.
This crazy little girl eats dirt. Oh, I meant to talk to hey, good morning, Brother Nelson. How we doing? He's like my fave.
Oh, I saw him in here. Yeah.
Hey, how about his wife choosing violence?
She pops up in my Twitter every once in a while.
I'm just going to say this and leave this right here. I'm not trying to embarrass you, Brother Nelson, because we've hung out a ton. We walked in the mall together at Vegas.
Yeah.
She does not play. So don't go messing.
I don't say anything to her. I don't say anything to her.
Don't go messing with Makai. This isn't like, these aren't like Nebraska nice people. Super cool people, very protective of her family.
Sure. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I see the sarcasm. It's not funny. Tighten it up. You don't want to see Mama Bear. And I want to say so bad, you have no idea how much truth-telling she is. The family doesn't play.
No, I like...
leave them alone.
I like all of them.
Makai just didn't roll out of the rack and be like, oh, I hate the free world. It's...
Come by it, honestly.
Yes. Better leave her alone. When your first cousin is Justin Evans,
yeah,
leave him alone.
Yeah, no, he's got a certain demeanor.
Yeah, and actually, brother, no, he's actually the cool one.
He's
actually the chill one.
You know what I'm kind of picturing right here? This might not be right, but did you see the movie Air
with the dog?
No. It's the movie about like Jordan signing his shoe contract with Nike.
I didn't sit through that.
So Viola Davis plays his mom.
Hey, you see what he said?
He said, "We're Nebraska at heart, just not too Nebraska nice." Yeah, that checks out.
You gotta know him too.
It kind of reminds me of like the dynamic of like Viola Davis is playing Michael Jordan's mom, and she's like kind of like all business and like not taking anything.
That's how Dolores was from allegedly.
Yeah, and then James is sort of a little bit more gregarious, but like you're also like, I also don't want to step on the wrong side of that track either. And then Michael's just out there coming out mad at everybody. Staying on business.
10 toes.
Yeah, see, Mr. Nelson's seen it.
Look, I'm telling you, that's your kind of dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know how you're mad at me about how the whole thing transpired? He'd have pulled the trigger. He'd have been like, "What?
Need a few trigger men in my life,
Oh yeah, he just as soon slit your throat.
Well, listen.
Ask questions later.
You gotta have sometimes you got to. Jose says he's got 3 acres and 3 dogs, so they just go wherever.
Joe Good?
Yeah. Right.
So where are you in the West Coast where you get 3 acres? You got to be out in the sticks.
Yeah.
You in Fresno, Sacktown?
Yeah, gotta be. I think he said he's got 3 dogs. He got 3 acres. No, just 1 dog, 3 acres. Got confused there a little bit.
If you're affording 3 acres out there, you got to be in the sticks.
Yeah, maybe Central Coast. It's a little deserty out there. More farmland.
I don't know. Where you at, Joe Good?
You get like inland very far in California, things change a lot.
Ooh, a blue healer. Those are pretty.
Yeah, they are. They need a lot of exercise though.
So Zoe was doing this thing called Doodles over in Rockbrook, and so I moseyed on in to kill some time at the establishment next door. She had 3 dogs, and one of them was a healer.
Yeah, healers are great looking dogs.
I've never seen dogs in a lounge, but
great looking dogs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jose Bueno's got 2 dogs. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Joe Good, where are you? Where did he say?
Near Victorville, Barstow. Yeah, Barstow's gonna be. Yeah, that's kind of out in the sticks a little bit.
I figured.
Yeah.
Man, so you got to be at peace.
Listen, you got a little land, feeling good.
You teaching on a reservation? And I mean that with all due respect.
I'm looking up Barstow, see where my surrounding areas are. I want to see how close I was to Central Coast.
Hey, were you as disappointed in the sports night as I was?
No, man, I had a great time watching Australian Open. I had a lovely night.
Can I ask you something about Osaka?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Does she just attract drama?
I think so. Like at this point, there's too many different types of things that have happened around her. Like at some point, she's the common denominator.
Yeah.
So I think yes. I think she is.
I'm probably out.
And I'm out in terms of like I don't root for her or root against her or anything like that. Like I don't particularly care about her as a tennis player. I think that's
not where I thought you'd go either, because your boy dropped 38 and took an L.
Listen, I don't unless there's a Giannis trade out there, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
I'm hurt. My feelings are hurt.
My friend is traumatized.
Listen, that is one of my like softest spots in my heart is for Wardell Stephen Curry.
Try cheering for that turd LeBron.
What about it? You don't care. Well, you do. It's a very different situation.
Is it?
Yes. I mean, there's still like upsetness with the front office or the people that are running your franchise.
Have you not heard the Genie Bus leak stuff?
Oh, yeah.
So what are you talking about, front office dysfunction?
No, I'm not. It's a very different end result of the front office dysfunction.
What, the 4 champions? What's the difference?
The difference is
you just won in 22.
That was an accident. But listen. That was a weird year. And listen, I'll take it because they should have won.
Are you the same guy that gets on me for having Ohtani and Kyle Tucker? You just said winning a championship was an accident with a straight face.
It was a very strange year. Accident was the wrong word. It was a very strange year. But they should have had the one in 16, so I'll take it as a replacement. The
Suave.
Yeah, what did Rico say?
Listen, that's what you get for hiring Mike Brown.
That's what I told him like 2 days ago.
We tried that.
I told him like 2 days ago.
It's my man, Cousin Ronald is back. It's going to be a good Friday.
My biggest issue is I feel like they have never appreciated the level to which Steph Curry deserves the generational treatment in terms of like wherever LeBron's been, like him or not, that franchise has always done everything they can to get him every piece he thinks he needs to try and win a title. Now, he's wrong a lot because he's a bad GM. But there have been no holds barred at any point in his career, even first stint in Cleveland. Like, they're trying to sign Shaq. They're doing everything,
Told
right?
you don't hire that guy. You know he's won Coach of the Year.
I'm aware. The only time he's ever even looked like a good coach was in Sacramento.
And I guess it's just the profession, but with the Budenholzers, the Mike Browns, the Thibodeaus,
the guys that just keep getting jobs.
Anybody can get fired as a Coach of the Year, but man, like
Nick Nurse.
Yeah, I think Nick Nurse
was
was out in Toronto like 3 years after winning it.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was that long. Who was old boy in Milwaukee before Budenholzer got fired after Coach of the Year? Also,
after.
Yeah.
After Budenholzer?
No, before Budenholzer. Before they won I think it was Milwaukee. And then there was another one, I think Detroit. Not Detroit.
Born and raised in South Detroit.
Big Journey guy, huh?
No.
I'm going to look up Coaches of the Year. It's going to drive me crazy. But
that's the best you've ever typed. Good for you.
It was so fast.
Good for you.
I'm on it. We're trying to get it. We got our Wikipedia up.
Oh, I have something for you.
What do you got?
We're in the tree.
Do we need to?
We're in the tree of trust, right?
Okay, yeah.
So you do the whole Tyrone thing. You've gone into like Black Voice.
Dwayne Casey. That's what it wasn't.
It
wasn't Toronto. It was Dwayne Casey.
Oh yeah, Otis Nixon.
Yeah, he got fired immediately.
It's Otis Nixon.
I was gonna start describing how he looked, and I was like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Oh, you've done way worse.
I know.
You melted down on MLK Day, just slaughtering me. I found a rap song for you.
Did you?
Yeah.
About what?
Shane.
Oh no.
You got this?
Keep on in. See, I'm riding higher and higher. Ooh. Kinda broke, so you know, all I got is 5. I got 5 on it. Grab your 4-3, let's get key. I got 5 on it. Messing with that.
Can I tell you something? So I probably had that coming for a while.
This is over here.
Could at least help my guy out with some auto tune or something. So I gotta tell you, so I like 2000.
I just have a good Friday.
Like 2010-ish. I crashed a wedding at a Marriott. It was an Indian wedding. And because I was like, nobody's gonna know the difference if some other Indian guy rolls up here. That's what I think I've told you. That's the one I met Lou Ferrigno at.
Hey, so I gotta tell you this story because I'm a double down.
Yeah.
I think I asked you to explain this to me.
Yeah.
So we're in Chicago.
Okay.
Shoe League tournament. We're playing with Adidas. And in our hotel is an Indian wedding.
Oh, yeah. Was there a horse there?
There were 2.
Yeah.
There was this elaborate setup.
Did they set some on fire?
Boxes. No.
Oh, okay, because a
there
lot
was
of the hotels won't let
procession.
you. Yeah.
But in the lobby,
Mhm.
it was like a free-for-all with ice cream snacks.
Oh, yeah. Like, so the ice cream.
Like, what's with the? I'm like, I never told you about this.
No, this is new information. That's why getting the horse part right is funny because
nailed it.
A lot of
Dude, the vehicles though.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, who's paying for this?
Same people paying for those vehicles. It's funny though, because it's funny you bring up Indian weddings because there's 2 things here. I'll explain the Indian weddings and then I'll go back to the Indian rap songs.
Shane, is that if it's not loonies, then who are those guys?
It's the rolling of the R that kills me. So
I've been sitting on that.
Around town, there's only like 2 hotels that Indians have weddings at because those are the hotels that will allow them to do like all the things, like bring horses in and things like that. I went to an Indian wedding like probably like 20 years ago. Like they literally found a hotel that would let them start a fire inside the building, like not in a fireplace. And they're like, yeah, you guys have to pay for the fire department to be on site, but if you're willing to do that, sure, start a fire in our ballroom.
Man.
So there's like elaborate stuff. The ice cream specific thing isn't, but like it is. They go all out. Like there is no.
And there were like 227 kids.
Oh yeah, the kids are running around everywhere.
You do like babysitting or
no? You ever been to an Indian restaurant too late at night?
Oh yeah,
those kids are just doing
so
homework.
When do you sleep?
Well, I mean,
I don't mean
I sleep. I sleep like the white half of my family.
I didn't mean it.
My dad really doesn't sleep that much though. He really doesn't.
You don't say.
You gonna say shocker?
No.
Yeah, like he really doesn't sleep that much. He's, But yeah, you ever been to like an Indian restaurant at 10 o'clock and you're like, why are there small children still up doing homework? And it's like, well, parents aren't done yet, so they just sit in the corner and do their homework.
Oh, man.
But no, the only reason that didn't catch me more off guard, because at this Indian wedding I crashed in like 2010, this is.
Why would you crash a wedding?
Okay, well, my, at the time, ex-girlfriend, but future ex-wife was working as a banquet server at that wedding.
Do you got a thing with people in the food industry?
No, she didn't end up in the food industry. That was just like a college job.
Okay.
And so she.
It's a quinky dink.
Yeah, I mean, you know. I probably wasn't going to marry another teacher. Let's put it that way. Learn some lessons. But so like they had this was an elaborate, like they had the whole thing. It was actually right up the street here at this one on the end.
Yeah.
That's one of the places that lets them do whatever they want.
I've pulled out.
Yeah.
And
had like the procession.
Not when I should have. But I've been going out and it was like, what are these people doing?
Oh yeah.
This is going to take me 30 minutes.
Yeah, because they bring all their stuff. And so that's one of the places that lets them do it.
Oh yeah.
And so she like texted me. She's like, hey, there's an Indian wedding here. You could probably sneak in and nobody would notice. So I do the whole thing. I put the suit on.
Look at Austin.
I go in. Oh no. What's Austin got?
He doesn't miss a thing.
Yeah. I rolled right past that. You see that? I was trying to be kind today.
Thank you.
And so I go. This is the first like adult Indian one I've ever been to. And so I go in. They apparently love Patron. Big Patron guys over there.
Wait, who's they?
Indian people.
I asked you what your drink of preference was. And
not mine personally. Like Indian, like Patron was a very big deal to them.
It's so over. They've been sold a bill of goods.
So I think that's, if I had to make a generalization about some Indian people, I don't want to overgeneralize here. I'm talking about my own.
You were gonna say coconut milk.
I got 5 on it.
Let that shit sink in.
Sometimes they will see things that are portrayed as like American status, and they'll want to do those things to let people know they made it. Right? That's why you see the nice cars and stuff like that. So, but so I'm at this wedding, and go ahead.
That's on the heels of your grape drink in the watermelon.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
No. There's.
I did think you were going to say that though.
Very little you could say that I do not have coming.
Okay.
Like I'm well aware.
Oh.
So I go to this Indian wedding, and they start playing. They play like a couple normal songs, and then the first thing where I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be different," is this guy comes out of nowhere with a drum that's like under his arm.
How Caucasian is your significant other?
Oh, she was what?
Like hippie, tree hugger, granola, or like Lily?
Whatever Wisconsin white is.
Emo?
Depends on the day.
Jeez. Good job with your taste.
I was going through a lot.
Oh, I've been there.
And so
this is. I apologize. I'm sorry, you guys.
And so I like this guy comes out. He's got the drum under his arm, and he's got like, it's not like a regular drumstick. It's like curved like L shape, but he's like whacking this like to the beat, and it sounds like they're playing "Party in the USA" by Miley Cyrus. And I was like, oh, it's a weird twist to have the live drum here, but whatever. And then
I'm trying to think of that song in my head.
It's a party in the USA.
Oh yeah.
So they're like playing that part, and then yeah. After the first chorus,
he said Wisconsin.
Yes. After the first chorus, it drops into that, like something like that in Party in the USA. And I was like, what the? And they played, every song they played after that was like 30 Seconds American. And then remix. We got my guy dropping rolling R's over there. And I'm just like, you know what? There's enough Patron that can make this okay.
Oh.
And we found that magic ratio. And then I met Lou Ferrigno, who apparently was a family friend. I don't think he liked me very much.
Oh.
I was probably too many Patrons deep by the time I.
He said we try to emulate.
Yeah, like status symbols.
Patron ain't it?
No, but it was very I think 2010. It was very popular in rap songs. It seemed like a.
Yeah, who made T.I. made that a thing, right? You can have whatever you like. Patron.
Yeah, Patron on ice.
Yeah,
you can pop bottles all night, and baby, you can. Yeah, so I think it was a.
Patron is like a step above Smirnoff of the equivalent.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's like
not Barton's.
Yeah, it's not a well really, but it's like it's a mid shelf for sure.
I so apologize for this.
But it got popular, and so people
Didn't it start with Steph Curry and LeBron?
I'm still heard about Steph Curry. It's negligence by a front office.
But he had 38. I thought you just cheer for Steph. You're not a team guy. You're a player guy.
Here's the problem, though.
Oh boy.
Is I firmly believe that Steph is no worse than the 4th basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
A couple more titles helps my argument pretty aggressively.
Can I rewind?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because my mind is pinging everywhere. What can you you're like the Masked Singer without a mask.
Okay.
Can you redo Party in the USA with the Indian version?
It's a party in the USA. No, I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. I told you the time that I did stand up at my high school, right?
Oh, sweet baby Jesus, no.
So I told this joke about my dad because he would, and he might be listening still. I told this joke about my dad.
Oh, he is? I apologize.
No, it's fine. He thinks he laughed at this joke. That's why I know it's okay.
What about the birthday thing? Was he okay with the birthday thing?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Do you know his real age?
We have a pretty good idea. It was a turbulent time in the history of India when he was born, No, but I was telling you, so I did stand up my senior year in high school for the whole school. And one of my jokes was talking about how my dad would talk to his Indian friends on the phone, but then if they said the name of a restaurant, it was like in plain English, right? So it like accent drops everything, right? Because my dad at this point doesn't have a
role play. Do the whole
the
Indian thing and then say like Burger King.
So this was the joke. It was actually Carlos O'Kelly's because for some reason, like that year, they just went to Carlos O'Kelly's all the time.
Oh, their fajita pizza Chris used to slap.
And so I'd be like, he's talking on the phone and I can't understand a word. And it's like Carlos O'Kelly's, and he thought it was hilarious. And
are you crazy?
And so I signed off. My exit joke, my walk-off joke was, guys, thank you everybody so much. Thank you everybody, and to my dad, thank you. That was it. I'm Indian. It's fine. It's racist if white people do it, but that's it. You good? You started this.
Of course I did.
Well, But so that's how I know he's cool, because I was a little afraid. I didn't tell him that joke was in there. And so I was a little afraid, and he thought it was really funny. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's ride.
Oh, God.
I miss Carlos O'Kelly's.
I got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it. That's TV. I'm Ravi Lulla. Who are we talking to? Tim?
I have no idea.
Oh, God, that's convenient timing.
Oh, shoot. That's going to be awkward.
We'll be right back.
My bad.
Yeah, like you said, Xavier hit a lot of tough shots tonight. Shots that they might not usually hit, but at the end of the day, we got to respond to all of those buckets. Obviously, we don't like trading baskets. We got to try to get stops at the end of the day, but being able to string some scores together just to keep it close and be put in a position to do what Austin did is just as important. If they're going to be scoring the ball like that, we have to score the ball as well. So I think this team's just been dealing with a lot of adversity the whole season, whether it's Jackson's injury early on or just any hardships that all of us go through throughout the season. So just being really resilient, leaning on each other, Leaning on that camaraderie that we built in the summer off the court and early, when we all got here as well. So, like I said, just leaning on each other and knowing that at the end of the day, it's 40 minutes of basketball we got to play. And we got to fight for all 40 no matter what the score is.
Just his toughness and obviously his size. He's very athletic, so obviously when he steps in on the floor, he's big for us. The main thing for him is just being confident. In our rotations defensively. Sometimes he could just be in his own head. Like I said, he's a great player, and he's gonna keep finding his shot as well. For him, just staying poised. That's really it. I think that's just an opportunity for me to, get a bucket myself. If not, I got my shooters up on the wing. Obviously, like we watched it in film. It's just when we're not playing with pace, our offense gets stagnant, and then teams can easily guard us as well. So it's on me to push the pace.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by our Friday friend, Tim VERGHESE from inside Nebraska. Tim, what's going on, man? How we doing?
Hey, good morning. How are you doing, guys?
TV, have you recovered from your whirlwind we love Tim VERGHESE tour the last 2 weeks because apparently the free
I'm
world
good.
is the free world has been asleep at how good you are at this. Welcome to 2026 TV.
It's been busy. It's been busy, but no, it's been good.
You got a lot going on. I wanted to start here with
why can't we just say good morning and ask him how his week was?
Oh, we can if you want to.
Good morning, Tim. How was your week?
Hey, it's been good. It's been slow. Not as much happening, which has been nice.
Yeah. Okay.
What's
you got to check on your friends.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Sometimes I forget.
TV, you know I got you, but I'm this the human.
TV, how did you? Are you back in your Twitter account, or is that still?
No, I'm hoping. I'm cautiously optimistic. So, do you know what I did? And Brian Edwards turned me on to it yesterday. He goes, "Hey, did you using the cream cheese to butter the bagel?" No, he's like, "Hey, did somebody ask you to vote for their podcast and this, that?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah." Allegedly, I got a deal from Ben Harstock, who's kind of my boy. Like, we text. We've done a lot of shows together on ESPN radio, and he's like, "Yep, that'll do it." So.
Yeah, they got.
I am in the process of trying to get it back. I am low key traumatized.
Yeah,
it's kind of peaceful, but not. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially after the last 2 days, because everybody thinks they know what happened with Trae and Tay, and so I have to sit through the nonsense. But it's been good for me to not have to listen to be able to see.
Maybe it was fortunate timing.
Because I actually know what happened. So anyway,
man.
Listen,
of the discourse to miss, this is the discourse that you can just. It doesn't
fly
like. Just let it fly right on by.
The fact that Coach Rhule's planting guys, that's funny. Wow. But anyway, carry on. I'm sorry. What were you going to say, TV?
No, I mean a couple of our guys here at On 3 got. It was just one of those things. And I thought I put out a couple PSAs I think in November and early December, but I didn't realize it was still going. At least the good news is it seems like they're working. I know a couple people got their accounts back, and I think Twitter now has a solution there where they're helping people get their accounts back from this specific hack. So at least you're on the solution side of things rather than the kind of. There's a couple people out there that lost big accounts and were really worried that account was just lost forever.
Oh, see, I'm glad we talked to you. You're at least encouraging. You're a lot better than my partner over here, who's tried to low key bury me since I got here this morning.
No, you'll be good. Yeah, I think you'll be good. They figured out a solution. I believe so.
Let's go, Tim. Speaking into existence.
It's better than being patient for sure.
You're not my friend right now.
You don't want to be the first one.
I'm talking to Tim.
Wait, after that first hour, you're mad at me?
No, I was fine this last hour.
Okay.
I was very good.
Tim, speaking of Trae and Tay and kind of how all that went down this week, I've been more curious, not about their specifics, but this is pretty new for Nebraska in terms of this type of activity. Is this more common nationally than we're aware of, or is is this part of a new trend you're starting to see? I know it's happened in kind of some one-off circumstances, but how common is this type of activity?
No, I mean, this is different. This is not a trend, I think, by any means. I mean, you've had your one-off instances, like you mentioned. You've had guys on the West Coast who commit to an SEC school that, by their senior year, them and their family find their way out somewhere in SEC country that's closer to the program they're going to play at, or vice versa. You've had guys in SEC country go out to play for USC or Oregon, and they spend their final year, playing whatever, and I mean, in Texas, you've had guys move across in and out of the state. I mean, Texas A&M just had a corner commit from Arkansas just move into the state to come play, in San Antonio rather than playing in Arkansas. So you're seeing it here and there. I don't think it's a trend by any means. I think this is just okay. Here, Trae Taylor is just a certain level of committed. Him and Tay are very close. Tay is now a certain level of committed. That they just want to get kind of a jump start on living and operating and figuring out what it's like to be a Nebraskan and being in Nebraska. And I think for Trae, for both these guys in particular, again, I don't, I mean, the questions of level of comp and whatever are going to be there. I mean, both these guys. I mean, Tay has played varsity football at that's about as high as you can get in Texas, 5A. But about as high, nearly as high as you can get in Texas. Since he was a freshman in high school, he's played pretty high level ball for 3 years now. Trae Taylor, is started high level high school football in Chicago for 2 seasons now. And also both those guys play on the national 7-on-7 circuit, which you could argue is some of the best competition both these guys ever get at the high school level. So, I mean, from a level of competition standpoint, these are about as proven as prospects as you can get going into their senior year. There isn't as much for them to prove, one. And two, like, they're going to get tested. It's not like they're not going to get tested by any means. Like this, they're going to get tested in the state. They are going to have to learn something of a new offense, going to have to learn a new system, going to have to learn how to work with new teammates. I mean, that's going to be the big thing, I think, with Trae is on the 7-on-7 circuit and in high school. He's worked with the guys he's worked with for a while, and he's gone the extra mile to get extra work with those guys. And yeah, once he gets settled down at Millard, he's going to get that work with his guys. But I'm really curious to see how he adapts to the new system, the new teammates around him, and what that pairing looks like. I think for Tay, it's an opportunity. I mean, he's done a lot. He's obviously played up in Texas. There's been questions about top end production, can he really break through and be like a dominant receiver? And he has had to be the best player on his team and kind of the engine of his offense for a while. Now he doesn't have to be that anymore. Has an opportunity to just be like a wide receiver one, a top option from a quarterback that can get him the ball consistently. I think he has a chance to answer some of those questions about his ability to produce and his ability to kind of take the top or kind of be a consistent producer where I think a lot of the questions that he's answered this points are about his skill set. Now it's just kind of can the production match what we think we have here? And I think he has an opportunity to kind of show that here as a senior.
All right. So here's the thing. There's a couple, right? Because we may or may not, I may or may not have thought about this for a couple of months. So when you take some when you take something like this on, there can be some unintended consequences, right? One is like underestimating the level of passion for high school athletics in this state as it comes across as competitive balance, right? There's been a ton of hot takes, a lot of vitriol over the last handful of years about mobility and super teams and this, that, and the other. So there's that. There's also you're opening yourself up to be critiqued and evaluated locally in a way in which some in-state guys actually have to deal with when they get ready to go to the next level. So how good or how bad or how fair do you think it is to critique these guys in front of our very own eyes when they're getting ready to go to the state school and be open to such criticism or adornment or whatever it is every Friday night right in front of us?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a test. Like it's going to be a good test and a good taste. I think for Trae in particular, because Trae's gotten seen a lot of the good of the fan base to this point, a whole lot of it, and
his dad was used to a lot of the bad.
Yeah, and that's what I'm really curious to see what it looks like when it's like, okay, well, yeah, man, like it's Millard South, Millard North. Like, yeah, those guys are going to be rooting for you in 6 months to a year, but right now they hate you. Like you're a rival. And
we'll
so
be able to transition.
Wait, say that again.
You think we'll be able to transition? I guess you win. Nebraska starts whatever when he's playing. They'll transition.
Yeah, they'll transition. And I also think this in general, like, I mean, it's obviously going to be a little different because there is going to be some of this additional vitriol from the fans against them because they moved in. But I think him being as committed as long as he was before this and coming in, and I think generally, at least from the like, it's like hey, like this we're not intending any harm here. Like, this is for the best of everybody type thing. And yeah, like obviously kind of some unintended consequences stepping into a situation. I don't know for sure, you know, how to the gravity and the conversation. Like again, like I mean, again, I understand the general conversation about parity and competition and all of this in the state. And look, I'm absolutely empathetic to it. But I'm also from Texas, where this has existed, and this has all been, you know, we've already hashed this out, like, you know,
You're
decades ago. Like,
desensitized.
yeah, I'm somewhat desensitized to it, where it's just like, well, we just need to get past all of this and realize like this is where the sport kind of is now. When if you want to be really a really competitive high school athletics, when you know it is also kind of a big money operation at this point, and it has been for some time now. In California and Florida and Texas, like, and so it's you know I'm a little desensitized to it, and so I am not as, you know, maybe as fired up as some others are about this, or I mean even as like, you know, like I'm not stepping in this at all. Like I'm just, you know, it's going to hash itself out. My involvement will not matter whatsoever. I learned that in Texas. Like, you know, it doesn't matter. Like my involvement doesn't matter here. So I'm not going to really step into all of that. But yeah, like I'm really curious to see kind of how they handled this for a year. I think you have to be a certain level of player, I think, to accept, because there's an understanding, I think, relatively what they're taking on. I don't think there was an understanding of like the overall bigger like high school sports conversation. They realized they were taking, but there's the conversation of, okay, well, you're going to be on the wrong end of some of these fans for a bit. Like, you're going to Millard South, you're going to be taking on, again, either like they recognize that. I think there's a level of wanting to see what that's like and taking on that challenge and being like, okay, look, I am this level of talent. You guys need to see this. I think from Trae in particular. I mean, I saw comments when, you know, when he committed or when he committed to goodness, but when he announced he was transferring.
No, I mean, he didn't pull a
it's-
Tay Ellis and tell me he was taking his talent to Millard South. Like, let's not confuse the two.
No, certainly not. But yeah, that's the thing. Like when he announced his move, you know, in the comments was like, is he going to be the best quarterback in the state? And I was like, guys, he's the number 4 quarterback in the country. Like, yes, like,
Yeah. Yes, he is.
yes, like by far, like,
whoa. I'm just kidding. I'm telling you, TV.
like, again, with all due respect, like, there's a lot of talented kids in the state.
Do you want to trade places with me at any point, TV? Do you want anything that I have over these last since December 3rd? Would anybody like to trade places? I feel like I'm wearing about 50 hats right now. I don't think I want to be you and run your message board either.
I was gonna say,
I'm not chomping at the bit to be you or Zach either. So, touche.
Yeah, it's.
I'm gonna roll this clip. You know, it's funny, TV. Just like the practical application of this. So, like, I'm listening to the number 4 quarterback in the country, and obviously, I'm a huge Braylon Warren fan, and we're at Westside, and whatever, we've got to play against Millard South at some point. And you know, I slipped up yesterday, kind of playing the bit where I was like, I was talking to Tay, and I was like, hey, you know, I got this pup kiddo, like, take it easy on him. Like, and meanwhile, Micah's like, Dad, you're an idiot. Like, don't joke like that. And I was like, I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? So it's like the duality of the balance in real time. Listen at the Hurrdat sports guy.
Yeah.
Talk about somebody else's quarterback prowess.
Yeah.
Versus being a coach at a competitor. It's going to be fascinating.
Yeah.
I just sit in my closet at home and sample various kinds of tequila. That's my All right, maybe not my closet, just the garage.
Close enough.
Yes. Splitting hairs.
Tim, so talk to me about the like benefits of, or what the hoped benefits are of this move for Trae and Tay, in terms of, obviously Trae was super active in the recruiting process last year, got here as much as he could and tried to bring that together as much as he could. You know, Tay's talking to us yesterday about like, hey, we're not just after Ahmad Hudson. We're trying to have the top class in the country in 27. Like how practical of an impact can they actually have being here in the state on a, week in, week out basis with other recruits?
Yeah, that's again, it's something. It's more so has to be seen than I think to be, because this is different. We haven't really seen anything like this, but like at the same time, like we do have prior examples of what it means to have your star quarterback or your star kind of quarterback committed for a long time, what it can look like when he starts to peer recruit and when he's doing it in the place that he's going. I mean, Keyshawn Henderson last cycle with Houston kind of brought some talent along with him to Houston, and did a really good job of getting Houston into some recruitments they typically wouldn't find themselves in. I do think Willie Fritz and that staff do a hell of a job, but having that type of talent on the side of it being like, hey, come play with me, come catch passes for me, does mean a lot. And I think there's also this, when Trae committed last offseason, there were questions about his game that have now been answered as a junior. And even Battle Miami this last weekend, again, another big national, kind of opportunity to compete. And he's ripping the ball and he's putting up a heck of a performance. He left, I think, as the best quarterback in attendance by multiple accounts. And so you have a guy now, and I think you combine that, what Trae is now, with how Nebraska's season went, and the conversation around the 27 class and what Nebraska had to do to pick up momentum in that 27 class. Going into the year, I was like, okay, hey, Nebraska's got some momentum here. If they can win 8 or 9 games, you're really talking about, okay, like top 5 class. Like they have the momentum to do that. They didn't win 8, 9 games. They won 7. So, but they have Trae committed. He's as committed as you can get. You have a nice nucleus in terms of what you've built out in the class so far. You're trending well for Ahmad Hudson. You're trending well for, some of these top guys. And, they're still at least listening. They're very much listening. But you need some help now. You need some help to capitalize on the early momentum you had, because the season didn't go the way you want. The proof necessarily isn't there in the pudding. But you have a quarterback in Trae Taylor who does have that, hey, come play with me level talent. Like, that guys, offensive linemen, quarterbacks, running back, like even defensive players are kind of drawn to, okay, well, this is that kind of guy. And again, we're going to see that as national evaluators get into the rankings and do that this offseason. Trae is now one of those guys. He's always been, I mean, he's the number 4 quarterback in the country, but he is one of those, like, hey, this is one of the top quarterbacks in the country. Like, it's nationally recognized now. And it's seen by some of these top recruits, and having that guy in the state, having that guy down the road where, okay, Nebraska gets a guy in for a visit. They need a little boost here. Okay, hey, Trae, come down real quick. Like, come help us with this visit. And, Trae does what he can. And, he's a personable guy. I mean, I've been around him now at a couple events. I mean, Nebraska 7-on-7, Nebraska camps, rivals, 5-star and even 7-on-7 tournaments where it's like, okay, he's not supposed to be recruiting necessarily. And he's not necessarily recruiting, but guys are just drawn to that quarterback. Guys are drawn to his personality. Guys are drawn to who he is. That stuff is going on. Is matters, and it's part of why you make the move. Again, we'll see how well it works out. That is still something to be seen, but the thought process here is all of that. He is this level of quarterback now where just by being here, he's going to draw talent to come play with him.
So, TV, when you're talking about kind of the timetable, right? Because we'll get in the weeds and the minutia of 2027 and whatever, but the reality is Nebraska's got to start to make it happen this year. In the meantime, while we're having all this hand-wringing and consternation about the future, the fan base is like, shoot, man, like, I don't want to wait that long, like 2027, you know what I mean? Yeah. So the practicality of it is there's some immediacy. How do you think Nebraska buoys or handles knowing the cavalry could potentially be coming, but having to do work in the short term as well? Because I think this is a pivotal year for paying or getting off the pot for Nebraska.
Yeah, I think this is an opportunity to I agree on all of that. Like, I think this year is because the cavalry isn't coming if you don't take care of business on the field. Like, you still have to do that. You still have to kind of show, like, again, there's still question marks this team has to answer, this program has to answer. What does that look like relative to the schedule? That is to be set. I mean, that is to be seen. But like, you have to prove that you can handle the schedule. You have to prove that you can continue winning. Like, again, like I think make a bowl game and win 7-8 plus and do kind of that, you're fine. Like, you're in position to maintain your momentum and keep this class together. But I think beyond the actual wins on the field, this is the year you have to show offensively that you have an identity. You kind of have to show that, not just to Trae. Trae kind of knows what this offense wants to be, and I think has a belief that once he's there and working in the offense, like, you can shape and continue evolving into that identity. But you have to get there. You have to get there first, and I think they need to do that here in 26. Defensively, I mean, their big question to this point remains the defensive line, like their ability to develop and produce and land defensive linemen out of the high school ranks. And you have, again, an opportunity now this fall to show it. You made some additions, but you're kind of banking on a lot of the returning talent there too to make a step. If they make a step, if you can show that you can develop, if you show that you can, develop the talent in the room, yeah, recruits are going to take notice. You're going to have an opportunity to, like, okay, hey, we have a nice quarterback. We have some nice wide receiver running back additions. We have some nice, we're in the mix for some nice offensive linemen. Okay, now we're in the mix for some nice defensive linemen, but you have to show that stuff. And again, defensively, I think show improvement, but like on both sides of the ball, yeah, they have a lot to prove through spring. And here's the thing, I would say it's not even a fall thing necessarily. A lot of these guys, Nebraska's working to make sure they get them on campus, but a lot of these guys want to be on campus in spring here in March, to see Jeep Wade work with the offensive line, to see Corey Brown work with the defensive line, to see Roy Manning with the edge rushers, to see Addison Williams with the DBs. Like, the stuff that they haven't necessarily seen on the field, they want to see how it works behind the scenes. And if Nebraska can show behind the scenes, at the very least, that they're developing, that their guys are taking steps forward, that'll help.
TV, it seems like Nebraska's got a smidge of momentum with the product off the field. They've got some feel good. I think the coaching staff likes the direction they're moving. If you were just dropped in today and we gave you the facts of the back-to-back bowl games, we sprinkled it in with, hey, we still kind of feel like they underachieved in 2025. There's progress. They've revamped some things they think they needed to tweak with the staff. Could I convince you that, or could somebody convince you that they finally have a little bit of consistency in the thought process? Stay with it, or would you say something to the contrary?
No, I mean, I think on paper you have, from top down now, an offensive identity that matches what you want to be. You have alignment there offensively. I think defensively you have alignment in that it is something of a new system, and the pieces he's brought in with him are people that understand that system and can work within the system, and the pieces that have chosen to stay around, Addison Williams, Rob Dvorak, are proven, established. Again, I know that's there for Williams. I know Dvorak gets some flack. He's a good coach. Like, he's a good coach, and he deserves the position he has. Both those guys are proven in there. I think on paper, at least, you could convince me that there's alignment now and they're working. I would say you now have a program that, from a image and looks and like, how does this team look on paper? They look how Matt Rhule wants this team to look. They look how like Dana Holgorsen and Rob Orrish want this team to look. Will that translate to wins? I don't know. Like, there's still question marks, obviously, across this roster that need to get answered here in spring and into fall. But yeah, from a pure identity standpoint and alignment standpoint, I think they have an identity and they are aligned.
That is our guy, Tim VERGHESE, inside Nebraska. Tim, appreciate the time as always. We will talk to you next week.
Never disappoint, man. We'll continue to stretch you. Talented.
Appreciate you guys.
You got it, man.
That is Tim VERGHESE from
Whose
inside
voice was
Nebraska.
that?
That was Tony Montaigne.
I don't know. I'm not trying to make anybody mad.
That was Scarface. First you get to, never mind.
I think we've already pushed the envelope.
I don't use the mail much anymore.
Could be what, Carlito's Way?
Oh, low-key good pull. Good movie. You big Carlito's Way guy?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Why are you playing the music when you're in control of talking to me?
Because
we got to get to Jay Foreman.
We got to get to, Jay.
My favorite.
Coming up next here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, and listen, his shot looked great. I thought those other ones were down and, a couple in and outs. It's good to see him out there being aggressive. And, he played 33 minutes. I told you he was okay. And, he's going to continue to be asked a lot. That's why when we can get him rest, it's important. But I thought he played a really, really good overall game tonight. Even though his shots didn't fall probably the way he wanted, I thought he was really good in all the other areas.
Price had his third straight 20-point game. I guess just what's his level of confidence?
Yeah, he's got a lot of confidence, and we're going to do everything we can to find him. Thought we ran a couple good actions, and our guys made good plays. They set good screens to get him loose. And again, when we get stops and we get out in transition, we got to find we always have to know where Price is, and our guys have done a good job recognizing that.
How do you think you guys handled the X-out closer? Did I get to Steinbach in the short roll there, and then we kicked it to the corner?
Say it again.
How do you think you guys handled the X-out kind of closeouts, and they hit Steinbach kind of in that short roll?
Yeah, listen, that's a tough play to guard, especially when you're a little bit undersized out there on the floor. And they set that little butt screen on top of the floor, and now you switch a big onto Diallo. I thought did a great job of getting into the paint and making plays as well. So for the most part, I thought we did a solid job. But again, they beat us up a little bit.
Coming into this game, Coach Warburg said your guys' length would be a big issue. You guys had the 40 points in the paint, you won offensive rebounds. What do you think you can use from that moving forward for your guys' next game?
Yeah, I think, rebound is just competitive spirit. And like I said, I liked our guys tonight on the glass. I still think, we had a couple that were in our hands that, they came and just raked it away. I know two for sure were, Hoiberg came and just took it from our big guys, and that can't happen. But I think, we have to use our size, Frank and Hannes, and those guys, like, that's one of our advantages when we're offensive rebounding or trying to throw the ball down low. Now, the way they defend, it's really hard to get post catches. So, like, we had to do some different things tonight, like offensively, and I think our guys did a pretty good job, on pretty much on a 2-day prep, preparing for a defensive team like that.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back. Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. Don't forget, I know DB's heading out there later. Make sure you head out to Next Gen Male Medical.
I actually am.
They've got you covered.
How'd you know?
Because you just told me.
Oh, that's right.
You've told me like 3 times a day. I think you're excited to go see your friends.
Well, I don't know about excited. I'm
excited.
I'm bummed that my schedule is off.
Yeah, you got it.
I have to be strategic to get back to Wednesdays. I don't like the Friday thing.
You know, yeah, because you get double booked on Fridays a little bit.
Yeah.
But make sure
I just need to be smarter.
Make sure you get out there, nextgenmalemedicalclinic.com, schedule an appointment, see what all services they have to offer. I need to get out and get some vitamin B12, maybe a little vitamin D.
I took another Zeus.
Yeah, did you?
It's very distinguishable because of its hue.
Oh, it's got like a color to it almost?
Correct. It's red.
Ooh.
Red, orange. I don't know what it is on the spectrum.
You feel like you're getting superpowers?
We should ask the guy that sees better than me. Even though he looks older than me with all his gray hair and his little natural.
Don't be hating on him. We got Jay Foreman coming up here on Hurrdat Sports Live. Jay, how we doing this morning?
Man, it's
Can you punch my man up, Shane? Jiminy Christmas.
He's there.
Hi, Jay.
Jay, how we doing?
Cold, man. I'm doing
He's
good,
not
man.
there, Shane. I don't hear him. Talk to him again.
All right, I'll
retry I'm in here.
Say, hey, Jay, are you with us? Put Jay on the stream so I can see his pretty face and his nice gray hair. Look, Shane's mad.
He is mad now.
Well, and he doesn't realize Jay will hang up.
Nah. Waste of time.
Yes, he will.
Waste of time.
Dude, getting that guy to answer calls and respond is like Fort Knoxian.
Yeah?
Yes.
Not about that life?
He just doesn't mess around.
Who answered?
Wait, Asian Wyatt said he could hear him.
Oh, we can't hear him.
Well, let's try it again.
Jay Foreman, how we doing, Jay?
I'm cold as I don't know.
Oh,
rat
Hot
behind, I
Danger
guess.
says they can hear Jay. God, do we need Sasha for every goddamn thing?
We might. I don't know what the deal is. We were having this trouble the other day. Yeah, Austin says they can hear him. I don't know what the deal is.
Carol Olsen.
I can hear you guys.
YouTube can hear. I was gonna say, is DB hearing gone? No, my eyesight, my hearing is fine.
Yeah, the eyesight's, but yeah, we can't hear him.
Shane, start over. Tell Jay to be patient. Start over.
We might have to send him a link and have him do audio only, Shane, if we're having trouble with the phone.
Jiminy Christmas.
I don't know what the deal is.
Giblets can hear him. Walt, everybody can hear him. Everybody can hear him except us.
There's got to be something in the settings that we're doing wrong here. And by we, I mean Shane.
You got 5 on it still?
I got 5. Nope. Yeah, no, I can't.
Oh,
we trying
man.
one more time, Shane?
No, I'm going to send him the link.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's nice. Hey, good on him for being patient because he gets kind of pissy sometimes.
No.
Yeah. No. Watch him. He'll have jokes too.
I don't know him, so I like that. So I don't know why I'm saying anything.
He'll have jokes.
I just hear stories.
He'll say something slick or have some analogy or metaphor.
I just hear stories from Rico.
He does like Rico.
Listen,
I'll give it to him. He does like Rico.
That's the problem with Rico is too many people
brother can't even get his bread.
Too many people like him.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe he should run for office.
He's very likable.
Alex says, is he into crypto? Apparently, I have another tweet out there.
Let's try him now on the stream.
Yeah, you cleared like 145. Congrats, man.
Shut up. Jay, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
There we go.
Oh, man. You give me... Listen, I've known you so long. That's kind of crabby dialect. We good or are you mad?
Hey, listen, I ain't tricking off. It's straight up Minnesota cold out here today, man. This is survival of the fittest out here, man. This is the real deal Holyfield.
I know how you get to when it's cold, man.
Yeah, it's not a good day, but it's I mean, every day's a blessed day, so I can't complain too much.
Hey, listen, how about the last time we were at practice a month ago and it was cold out? And I'm like, why are you dressed like that? And I think you wanted to choke me. You're like, look, man, like you had the hat on, the window, the hands in the pockets. I'm like, this isn't the Jay I know.
Hey, Father Time is undefeated. and he's in the process of giving me about a standing 8 count in the 8th round. I got 7 more rounds to go, man.
Wait, we're not doing 15 rounds anymore. You're good. He's going back to championship rounds back in the day.
I'm going back to like Hearns and Leonard and stuff, man. We fight on was it ABC or CBS or whatever was on. It's a Saturday night heavyweight fight right now for me.
That's back when boxing was good, right? Like
yeah,
you know how it is. How we doing, man? You got a lot of irons in the fire. We balancing pretty well.
Oh yeah. It's football season's winding down, and then obviously now it's about to be funny season. As you can tell with local news, got high school basketball going on, and next thing you know, it'll be spring and summer, and then we'll be really into the the cupcake time of off season where everybody's got the goals and aspirations and stuff like that.
Wait a minute. My man said that might be a drop. Cupcake time, Jay.
Yeah.
Before we get into business, let's walk through what cupcake time is. Is a brother trying to get his bread?
I just think it's like spring ball is. I mean, it's obviously it's a I think it's probably for any team like Nebraska or even like Indiana, it's probably the most important time of the off season. And so but then it's like what I mean by cupcake. It means like okay, once you kind of go through the work and you have a spring game or whatever. It's like a celebratory, like, okay, this is what, like a look-see into it. So it's not really a negative thing. It's just kind of, you go through the process and then, it's not really a spring game anymore with that type of intensity, just because of the transfer portal, you really can't, push them too hard. So you got to really, kind of be strategic. And so when you get out there and celebrate, then it's, I always think like that's what you used to do when kids were younger, so they, get little cupcakes. But it's a crucial time in Nebraska, football right now. Just because you got to build some chemistry, a day like today, you got to make sure you get a good, day's work in. You can't let the outside circumstances stop your work day because you're building a foundation for hopefully a bigger and better season next year.
All right, Jay Bird. So let's get right to it. You mentioned spring ball and. Coach Rhule has already shown, at least for me, and you're there a ton, so you're a good guy to talk to because not only do we get along being like-minded, but you get to see too. So, he had this philosophy of getting, he liked the 8 weeks of winter conditioning, and they had done the studies for injury post taking the break versus not taking the break, and he kind of built the spring schedule that way. So spring was a little later.
Yeah.
This time he was very specific in terms of guys on campus. I want to do football. I want more time on the back end so we can see where we're at because we have more guys on campus. To me, and I get it, like, my glass could be half full. I like the fact he's self-aware enough to process real time. We'll be done with the spring game before the April calendar. I know you don't like it cold, but do you like the philosophy?
Yeah, I mean, I think look, you get guys on campus, you get them in, they kind of get their feet wet. You can see how they react to like adverse, situations earlier. You know what I mean? Obviously, you got some high school kids here, you got portal kids. They're no different because no matter what they did, whatever school that they're at, they still got to come here and be productive. And so they're gonna. Deal with adversity, learning the practice regimen and the commitment level and all that stuff that's going to be brand new for, sometimes 30, 40, and sometimes 50 guys. I'd rather know early and then maybe go through the offseason and kind of, I wouldn't say a rehab process, but an adjustment process. And they kind of they're able to do more stuff in the offseason than we were, more structured. So you won't lose anything that way. Now, obviously the weather and the timing of the spring game is going to be obviously up to, Mother Nature, but ultimately, you're going to have to go out there and get some work done. And so, look, you're going to play cold games here. You got to find a way to work around it. And, if it's, snowing outside, you got to make an adjustment. But more importantly, the work that needs to be done is what he wants to do early. And, like you said, it's like, look, you're, 6-6, and then you went 7-6. And so you want to make some improvement, but then maybe you're looking back at the offseason of maybe the spring game was too late, so you weren't able to adjust again. You know what I mean? Kind of build that chemistry going into the season. And obviously with a pretty much a reshaped offensive line, 3 new, I guess, potential or thought of to be assumptive starters, obviously a new quarterback that's coming into a different situation. and along with a new defensive coordinator that has a whole different type of ideas of what to do, both front wise, defensive wise, you probably need more time, like more teaching, like kind of more mini camps, I guess, or whatever you want to kind of dice it up like an NFL analogy.
Jay, when you're looking at the defensive side of things, it seems like some people were disappointed they didn't maybe do more on the defensive line in the transfer portal. I'm curious, though, when you look at kind of the age of guys and getting a year older, and you mentioned switching systems, like how much difference can that make in how a guy looks from year 1 to year 2? Because or in some guys' cases, year 3 to year 4,
right?
Cases, because it seems like we tend to forget sometimes that most of the guys that we think are really good defensive linemen probably didn't pop until year 3. Like how much difference are you expecting from even a lot of the same guys from last year to next year, if it goes?
Yeah, well, I think, a 4-man front kind of frees you up a little bit. I think you expand your defensive roster, maybe like by 1.5 times, especially up front, potentially, because it's easier to recruit and develop guys that put their hand in the dirt in the 4-3, obviously front versus, or 4-man front versus the 3-man front. 3-man front, it worked really well with Ty and Nash. You got 2 grown men that were older, right? So we're looking at the end product versus the beginning product, right? And so that's your, you're 100% factual on your point. So, it can change a lot. I mean, I can, go from experience of, playing at Nebraska, middle linebacker, playing the bubble, then going and playing the 3-4. And it, things that it was like, getting eyesight like I never had before. And so your production can go up. I think the biggest thing they need to do is obviously, get the basics down, the fundamentals, and obviously you got to reestablish the line of scrimmage, and you got to be, a lot more physical. So it comes with pad level hands and all that stuff. So you can see, ideally, this is a big year for like a Riley Van Poppel. This is a really big year for Williams Nwaneri. Like he's a guy that can wreck some stuff, and so he made big strides last year from when he got here to where he got to the season as far as body wise. You saw glimpses in potential playmaking wise. Now you want to see it on a more consistent basis with all those guys. So they could have an uptick in production. Now they got to come in with the identity of what they want to be as a defensive line. And then that will dictate what the second and third level do, because everything starts up front. So you should have some really good physical battles, along with mental and spiritual battles with the offensive and defensive line, because if there's ever 2 units that got to, really improve themselves to not only everybody on the team, but in the Big Ten, it's the offensive and defensive line.
Let me ask you something, Jay Bird. With a 4-man, with a 4 down front, right? You obviously get open and close, or strong and weak side ends. You can kind of set the edge a little bit. If you want to play with 5 DBs and use 2 second-level guys, kind of walk me through, if you were in the lab and you had your druthers, right, and you're going to play with, I don't know, a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 7, whatever your techniques are, how do you feel about like where a Nwaneri could go, where a Dylan Rogers could go, where like some of these guys, like a Pet Shock, a Malcolm Simpson area, Riley Van Poppel, because you're getting more true technique, like lineup technique guys versus sliding anywhere from a 4 to a shade, which can be incredibly difficult.
Yeah, I think Williams Nwaneri has the ability to play open and close, but I think obviously when you think about like old school like elephant end, San Francisco 49ers, I think Cam Linhart, can play right over the tight end. That probably suits him really well. Nwaneri can kind of wreck stuff on, going against a tackle. But you don't have to flip-flop them, so that's really good. And the Petchak kind of fits right in there as well, along with Dylan Rogers. So those 3 you like as far as potential wise, but they can play both. So you don't have to worry about guys, looking for open and close calls. So they should be trained in being able to be both, and they have the potential and shown at times to be productive on the open and close side. So you feel really good there. And then obviously, with right-handed quarterbacks and, going against the left tackle, you like Williams Nwaneri probably, being up in the face of the quarterback. So you look at that, then you look at, Elijah, the kind of maybe the one, that, technique, if healthy, coming in from Boston College, he kind of fits right there to kind of be your plugger. And then that's where Riley Van Poppel's got to really, obviously pop, as far as being a 3 technique. He can play a 1 or shade in a 4-man front, like when it's true nickel. And then you can bring, the little dude from Pittsburgh that he can kind of provide that like instant pass rush. So there's potential there for guys that really fit into easy, I call them suits, right? Or like you want to say like positions where you have the body types and the athletic ability and potential to fit in there pretty easy. And then obviously really take off as a unit. Now they got to do it. Now you got to play well. And it's really going to, really show how far you came when you play against like opponents, right? And then so that's all across the schedule next year. Doesn't matter when and where you play them, you got to come, you got to come with it. So I think it could potentially help the defensive line, which obviously would help the team and the defense more importantly, going to that 4-man front. And then there isn't much change when you bring in five true cover guys, right? And a 4-2-5 is good where you have, Owen Chambliss, he's listed as the linebacker. He kind of plays that kind of that part of that 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
obviously he's not a middle linebacker. He can
he's a runner hitter.
Yeah, he's a run and chase. He's an open side guy. He can get out there and he does a pretty good job of matching routes and stuff like that.
Would you put him next to a thumper ideally? Because that would seem to offset. Like if you're looking for
yeah. I mean that's where you want them to like Vincent the Shavers or Foster. That's probably why what they're looking at coming in. From the the portal. Foster, has a little bit more thumping in him the way he plays, and has decent range, right? Whereas like Chambliss has a little bit more range and kind of a little bit more, savvy. He can slip blocks. He does a good job. He's long and lean. He has good levers, like I like to see, where he can kind of, disengage against running backs. Obviously, he needs to get a little bit more physical and sturdy against the run, but I think that's just part of the league that he was in. And I think when you get punched in the face once or twice, you'll get your pads down and be ready to get busy. So, I think what they've done could, if everything goes well, could be sneakily good, and so guys can fit into different places. I know that, Coach Rob coming in from San Diego State, he has an idea of what he wants to do. But in order to do the stuff that he likes to do, say like on third down and unleash the outside guys, you got to do a really good job on the run, because San Diego State, they played with like super nines,
oh yeah,
and I liked it because what you do,
people did it to Nebraska.
Right. Well, what it does is that you will condense the formation. I'm coming at a 45-degree angle, either through you or around you, and I'm going to make something happen. And so and then also the guys on the outside, they can see everything clear. And now you have to have a really good sturdy 3, and you got to have a thumper, like you said, that's willing to come down and, jump in the deep end of the water. But, all that being said, I think that really helps and frees guys to make plays because ultimately, whether you're facing a power O team, an outside zone team, duo, or whatever it is, offensive linemen aren't going to block perfect all the time. It's your job to make them imperfect and then obviously make plays. And so, ideally, what they're potentially switching to from what I've seen on tape and stuff like that could potentially work out with our, personnel and what they've been able to acquire in the transfer portal.
Jay, how much, obviously a lot of the issues were with the D-line last year, but didn't get a ton of help from the second and third levels all the time either. How much different are the looks that those guys, the linebackers and secondary, how much different are the looks that they're going to get behind a 4-man front or 4/5 with kind of that Chambliss role?
Yeah, a little bit different. I mean, I think the looks were there. They'll be about the same. It's just how they need to play better and recognize it. I mean, if you go back to the Penn State game, I mean, that was essentially inside, outside zone. I mean, that's just basic plays that you see, probably since the high school level. So, really at some point you got to be able to fit, where you're supposed to be and then fit wherever happens in the game. So, like, if I'm playing behind, like, Van Poppel and he gets reach block, that doesn't mean I still go to the A gap. I mean, I got to go over to the B gap and sometimes, skate to the C, with square pads. And so, I think that, they played, some 4-man front, a lot of 4-man. I mean, the 3-3-5, when you have a guy, like this McCullough, like there, I mean, that's a 4-man front. Now, how you play it and how you're able to, in the 3-3-5, that jack position or whatever they call it,
it's different as an off-ball spiller versus an off-ball
it's a little bit different. I think sometimes you can get punch drunked into still contain. I think if you had some simple like Like just simple rules, no matter what, right? Like like soft costs. Spill on the first, contain on the second. That kind of clears things.
I hate to interrupt, but we're boys,
Yeah.
so please give me some grace. Walk our listeners through you educating me on in Buffalo about smashing you may be getting ready to get into this, but how to play pullers real time with just 2 simple rules.
Yeah, it's like, spill on the first, like this is what like our basic rules were, like under Coach Wade and stuff like that, which obviously worked out for us. We were, really dominant on defense. So if you're on the play side, so say like it's just a simple formation, 11 personnel, and there's a tight end and they got a G pull, right? And so unless it was
By G you mean guard.
You're like a guard pull or a tackle pull, that doesn't matter. First puller, I'm spilling on the first. And spilling on the first, like this is where guys run into trouble, right? Run up there and say I'm inside of the spiller or of the guard, so I actually did my job. No, I am coming right through your face and I'm making sure I'm majoring inside. What I mean by that is that I'm coming inside out. I'm actually making you burp. That means I'm actually shocking you back. And then I'm making a play. You know what I'm saying? Versus running up there and you're running way inside the guard in this case, and then you're giving a short corner. So now, Damon Benning coming out of the second level from like 10, 12 yards, it's not a tight fit. Even if the slot is like getting, base blocked and he set the edge, that gap for that running back, if you go back to look at Michigan or like Michigan State or something like that, or any of the runs, it's a two-way go. So my job as the first linebacker there is to do my job and then play football. That's where they really need to improve. Right?
Yeah, that was the key. It was probably the crux of the struggles, right? The
right, it is.
Goes second off a third level.
Well, if you go back to the USC game, right? Okay, spill on the first, contain on the second. When they ran down towards, south end, and they ran kind of their counter, right? Obviously, that's what USC. So they were pulling up on our second level. The linebacker was containing on them, but you actually don't contain on a backside puller when it's way wide like that. You can actually play head up to inside. Well, then they were cutting it right back because why?
It's too much ground to cover.
It's too much ground. It's too much ground to cover, and you're running way outside. You know what I mean? Like you're running way out there. So you can set the edge, but then there is no edge. And so just all depending on how Coach Manning and Coach Rob, they want to do it, and you change it up by games because sometimes you might get split zone and he's kicking out. Like I remember USC against Notre Dame, right, where their defensive end. He came down and should have been in contain, right? But actually he went inside. Well, actually he set the edge because it's a long counter. So when you have long counters, right, like what USC did, you actually don't contain anything because they want to hit that thing right down the center guard.
They're looking,
right
they're looking for the first immediate vertical run.
Right. It's like their running game is, obviously I'm gonna date myself, is essentially Eric Dickerson, LA Rams, 28-29 gap. That's what it is. That's what they were doing, and they were running it right down our throat. And really, to be honest with you, the USC game, the very first run, Lincoln Riley was lighting up, I think, King Miller because he didn't cut it downhill too much. You remember the first one, it was a 5-yard gain. He went outside, and that's where they made an adjustment. So those little things will take them farther than worrying about, all the – obviously you got to worry about it. Obviously I'm not going to say you don't have to have technique. But the ability to do your job and play football and play like for each other is probably the biggest step they need to go to because the stats will always be there, right? But as far as individual, you'll make plays because for every time I blow up a block and I spill it to, Damon Benning or Damon, 5 other times they're going to be looking for Damon because they seen he made on tape, and I'm coming scot-free and I'm getting a tackle for loss. So it's got to be more of a team concept, and then also you got to have some leadership at the second level, which in the second level, which is probably more important than any body type that they got out of the portal, because you got to have guys that are going to be able to lead. And what I mean by lead is essentially not the rah-rah stuff, right? The guys that are, like when you're struggling a little bit, try to find a way to get through the muddy waters and have a good defensive series to get back on track versus once that ball starts rolling downhill, it becomes like, an avalanche.
That is Jay Foreman. Great.
Is that it?
We got Sautter.
Oh man, I can't bump. So listen, you can give Sautter a hard time, Jay, because you do. I don't want to push him back because he gets mad at me. But
Oh, that's all right. I'll see. I'll palm his head when I see him next. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this though, man. They need to do a better job covering Lincoln basketball, man. Supreme basketball is over, man. All the dudes playing good in Lincoln ain't run through Supreme. So these are guys who are all individually trained and stuff, and so they trying to make some noise.
All right, hang on a second. Just text Sautter and say I need 4 minutes. I need 4 more minutes because I forget you're in this world. All right, so who's the North Star or Southwest?
Southwest is dangerous because they got the Twins. They play at a certain pace, and coaches haven't figured out a way to kind of slow them down. I mean, obviously, there's ways, but obviously, I think was it Coach Smith at Southeast that's been down here? Every coach coaches the same and does the same. So we'll see if anybody they're hard to handle. But the key to their team is Dakari because he is straight up. He's ruthless. He's a dagger in the heart.
Step on your throat.
He'll step on your throat. He's got a true deep jumper. And they all play together. And Coach Ball has done a good job playing to their strength. I mean, obviously North Star is good. Southeast is good, and Lincoln High's on the come up too. They got
They're
Brady
like playing for a 6, 7, 8. They could host.
Oh yeah, they could host it, and they got a good little team, and they've recruited well. Southeast is tough. They're coming back and they've got a hard schedule here, but that's right up their alley because they'll end up being battle tested going into the playoffs. And then obviously you got the known entities up there in the Metro. And so, but this is a year where Lincoln is has a good class. They've all kind of competed. It's kind of like you've seen it, like when, Caleb was playing, they had a really good class of 2 or 3 years. Now you're getting a really good class of 2 or 3, years of Lincoln, that guys that have played at a high level that, played against Omaha teams, but both on a, I guess local and national, offseason schedule. So, you got Southwest is probably not probably they're number 1, North Star, and then you got Southeast and Lincoln High, and then like a team like Lincoln East started off a little slow, but they found their rhythm and kind of play into their identity. They're always going to be a tough out. Northeast's record isn't like what they want, but they've kind of done some good things. So the competition level down here in Lincoln in the capital city is pretty tough right now.
All right. I need you to love on your guy because you handpicked him that he was going to be good, even though his dad didn't think so. Continue to invest in him, okay? Can you do that?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other thing is, do the Steelers want Shula?
Man, I don't know what the Steelers want. I don't know even what my Buffalo Bills want. I think the Steelers.
Did you see they're bringing in McDaniel?
Yeah, just because he hasn't left to California yet. They're down in Miami.
And he's on the contingency plan, right? Like he'll be the Chargers OC if he doesn't get a head job.
Yeah, and I don't know if he wants to go up to Buffalo, man. I mean, I think I'd be cringeworthy with being up there, and I'm obviously a Buffalo alum. I mean, that press conference, I think Mike Tomlin stepping down, which I think was in the works for a while, led to the firing in Buffalo, and now you're realizing the candidates that are out there really aren't that good. So now you're going to end up doing the Lovie Smith, Dave Culley down there in Houston. Watch, I'm just telling you. Now,
hey,
maybe not Pittsburgh.
Would you take Dable going back with Josh?
I think if Josh, that's a question for Josh. I mean, if Josh wants it, that's what you want because obviously, you had a defensive coach, then they're going to be an offensive coach. That's kind of where he took off to stardom. And I think, Dable did a good enough job early in New York to feel comfortable that he can be there and be successful in the first 3 years. So I wouldn't mind. I know the offense would be good. They got to get some better defensive players. Otherwise, it don't matter who's the head coach.
All right.
That's our guy, Jay Foreman.
I'll see you soon.
All right, man. I'll see you guys. Have a good weekend.
I got one more question.
Yeah.
What are we doing with the lettuce? We going taper, no taper, just natural?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it going to South Side Fade here pretty soon. I gotta get up there. I gotta go back to Minneapolis. I gotta go see my man Eddie. He gonna have me, man. I might get a little Tim Duncan going on a little bit with the little fade. Yeah, I got it going on. I won't have the Pee-wee in the back like back in the day with the rubber bands, but I'll have a little South Side Fade with the little fro going on.
All right, can a brother get his bread? Are you okay going to the grocery store?
Oh yeah, always.
All right. Anything else?
No, we're good, man. We're good.
All
We're
right.
good.
If I come down to Nebraska, Iowa, which I'm 95% I'm going to, will you be watching? Oh, no, there's no hoops with no school.
No.
You want to come
No
stand in the
hoop.
hallway with me? Because I'm not important enough to get a seat.
No, I'll be at the crib, man. I'll be at the crib.
You're
It's too
such
cold
a
out here doing
baby.
it.
Too cold?
Hey, you gotta know. You gotta be. I do not succumb to the elements, man. Them days are over. I used to have to walk to school and this. I'm not doing that no more. So it's all good.
All right.
But if you in town, I'll come holler at you though.
My man. I'll see you soon.
All right, man.
All right, buddy.
That is Jay Foreman. Let's jump right into Mike Sautter here. I know he's
Is
on
he
a
mad
clock.
at me? You better not be mad at me, Jerome.
Mike, what's going on, man?
I'm just responding to Jay Foreman about the no Lincoln love bullcrap, which is totally untrue, by the way.
Hey, do you think he would really palm your head?
Probably could. I'm sending him. I'm literally CC at him on Twitter of a thing that we did on the Sanders twins literally yesterday.
Oh, Sautter. You know what's great about you?
No, okay, hold on.
It's 3 hours ago. I'm talking to you. You're dead to the world. The next time I hear you, you're like, boom, 80 logs on the fire. Burn this thing down.
No, I just don't. I don't like. I work my ass off, man. Like,
this dude stays mad. He's joking. I think he's before you go full-fledged Sautter. I think he's joking with you. I do.
Like,
I think he's joking.
I've been home one night this week, and I worked that night this week out of 7 days in a row. And I have a 6 and a 9-year-old, Jay. Like, don't come at me like that.
Oh,
I'm for real. Like, no, like, we ain't doing that.
Hey,
like,
Mike, how did you have breakfast this morning?
Yes, and a cup of coffee.
80 cups of coffee?
No, just one. But I just.
Did you drink it black?
No.
Creamer.
Did have creamer, yes. My favorite creamer, which I found because the one store doesn't sell it. The store that actually 99-cent sale today. One day sale on some
Wait,
stuff.
you've been to the store already?
No. I'm
Oh,
not
you
even
just
gonna
looked
be able
online.
to go to the store today. So I'm gonna have to send my wife to the store to, hey, we should get this.
You woke up kind of crabby, man. Did I get you up too early?
No, I
did apologize.
No, it's fine.
I forgot what time it was. That's on me.
It's not a big deal. That's fine. But I don't appreciate the like we don't cover Lincoln, dude. Like
do his voice again. I'm
No.
guessing. Do his voice again. Hey, how did they sound?
No, I just don't appreciate that because like if you actually pay attention to what we're doing and talking about in our preps post game podcast.
Shots fired.
Like our preps post game podcast, we talked about Lincoln every single week, all the time. We talk about how Lincoln, hey, this is the first time since 2001 when an LPS public school actually won a Class A state title, and the first time since 2003 when an LPS school actually made a Class A state final in boys basketball. We talked about like that probably a month ago about how this could be the year. So like you can't cherry pick, man.
Hey,
you can't.
So you know what you should have done? You should have rode up to Brookings with DJ. He's dropping off a bunch of stuff for Anthony. It'd have been a good drive for you. You can make that Brookings drive in your sleep, can't you?
I was halfway to Brookings last night in Winnebago.
How'd that treat you? You know I'm all in on Winnebago. I've been there, so
yeah, it's great. And I will tell you, like finding, I didn't know David Winget was the head coach until I showed up last night.
Is that not wild?
I was like, whoa,
way under the radar.
Dude, that's like one of my all-time faves to watch, like
Me
random
too.
high school basketball
So
players.
Sautter knows that.
Yeah.
Of the high school obscure basketball guys, would you say that's probably my greatest man crush?
Yeah, I would say you talked about him a lot.
Dude, I went there. I went there and watched them practice.
He showed up one day at Summer League, like probably 2-3 years, maybe 4 years post high school. And I was so excited because I got to watch David Widget play. Like I was geeked.
Hey, Jerome, I got a question. So
He's
hey,
hold on. Let me tell you one quick thing about David Winger last night.
So
he's matured a ton. He's great. I talked to him before the game, just caught up with him. Talked to his brother Matthew. Remember Matthew?
That gives a bucket too.
Yeah. So the girls game was happening. The net got a little bit stuck. They're like, someone get a broom or something. And he just walked over there and like casually just, grabbed it because he's like 6'8". And the crowd just erupted. I mean, he's a legend up there, and it's kind of cool. Like he's working up there, like he's working up there for the city and stuff, and doing really well. So it was cool to see him.
Hey, Channel 3 Sean says he's got your back. He said Lincoln is always going to be mad about being misrepresented, but he thinks you're good at your job.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, let it go.
I know. I just don't. I don't.
I'm a grown up. Can I rub your ears? Is that cool?
No.
Little woosah.
He said no.
Little woosah.
Woosah.
Touch me.
It's not funny, Shane. Hey, Shane is.
Hey, I got a question for you, Damon, real quick.
Okay,
before we get going.
Is this one of those things where I'm gonna like my insides are churning and I'm gonna have to be cool?
It's a trap.
I just want. I want to know how the crypto is going for you.
Oh man, Jerome, I am so bummed. But given the last 2 days of like all the hot takes of what's going on, it's
just being off of it. Yeah,
it's probably good for me because you know what I want to do is just friggin' flop it on the table and be like, take a look. But I'm not going to. Are you going to wrestling tonight?
I'm going to. I am going to Minneapolis in 48 minutes.
Really? Good for you. Good for you. How's Coach Nate the Great?
He's good. I think he's, losing Frager for a little bit, maybe a little bit a day.
Are we being dramatic or no?
I think we're probably overreacting as a like.
Christmas. I get it. We haven't had nice things, so we don't know how to handle them. And Frager's a nice thing, but
I also think people are kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, or have been for a little bit, and so they think,
is that fair, Jerome?
This is the snake.
That's interesting.
This is the snake bit part. Like, oh no, like something had to have gone wrong.
Oh no.
So I think that's part of it, kind of into the psychology of it all. But I mean, listen, as long as he's back by March, I don't care.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they're thinking at this point. Remember, he didn't play in the Oklahoma game because of an ankle. Came back 4 days later, 3, and torched Kansas City to be the MVP of that Hall of Fame Classic event. So like, it could be a day, it could be a week, and it could be 2 weeks. Like it don't know, right? Like, do I think he plays tomorrow at Minnesota? No, absolutely not. Can they win without him at Minnesota? Yes, absolutely.
Did you ever think Nebraska basketball would be at a point where we're like, please save one of our best players for Team X? Is this not amazing?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty remarkable to like follow it and be all in on it, right? Like it's a little surreal just because of the history. I mean, that's what it is. And
I saw Carl Hayes in Vegas, and he said, we talked about a time we were just stuck in the lobby at the W. He's with his wife. He's like, man, this bandwagon is it full? I see Petco down here. Like is the bet? This is like the 90s, and it was so funny to hear him say that, because if this was football, it would be negative, but because it's basketball, it was like, hey, we're all in.
Yeah, and I think more and more, obviously they've sold out the rest of the home games, and there's people traveling. Like I know people traveling to Minneapolis today. There's a ton of people, obviously.
Well, the barn is pretty cool.
Yeah, I've never been there, so I'm looking forward
to it. Good for you. Hey, do you have the reflective lenses? Because it's dark in there, and you're gonna be pissed. I know how you like lighting for all your photog stuff and the white balance and all that crap. Like, you're gonna be pissed.
I don't have reflective lenses. No.
Well, I was just suggestive hinting.
I don't have the blue light lenses
to keep your stress down.
No, my stress is fine. It's just
Dude,
I
you're
don't.
shaking. I want to give you a hug.
I think
I
that's
don't.
coffee.
It is. I still gotta pack and do some stuff before I leave. So that's I'm just my mind's thing. I should have done it last night, but I will tell you on my way home from yeah. God, that sounded like I grew up in Tulsa, and I did. So there you go.
I just left there and had really good breakfast spot.
Tulsa?
Yeah, it's called Neighborhood something. It was sensational.
But on my way home, I got a text from the great people in Oakland Craig. And they're like, hey, we don't have school tomorrow. We are here. Swing by. And I was like, 15 minutes. And that didn't turn into 15 minutes. So it turned into a little longer. So I had a nice conversation with Coach Anderson and Coach Guz and wives and stuff. So
Dude,
yeah.
Robbie, I'm all in on Carol Olson. I don't know if Carol is really a lady, but
no, she's got good takes though.
Who's Carol?
In the chat, she's on it.
Oh, sorry, Carol.
From day one, I rock with
she's on
that
it.
individual. Here, so Jerome,
do you want to get to like the topic of like the week or
no? I want to get to depends.
I have an opinion.
All right, just answer the question before I give you the floor because we only have you for so long.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's the topic of the week?
Oh, high school football topic of the week.
No, put that to the side just for a second.
Okay. All right.
I want to ask you about something else while we're on it.
Okay.
And then the floor will be yours for high school football. I want to go over to the girls' side because I was watching the news the whole last week and Lauren Michelson and everybody, they were out at North, and that's a really good team. North Star's a really good team. Miller West just got beat.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about Malcolm, their girls for the long haul. What are we looking at in the land? I get it. North is older. Sorry. Older. So I don't know about the run, but she could be building something. Again, Coach Daly. When you're looking at the landscape of the girls' college basketball, we trending in the right direction? Because it feels kind of momentum-y.
Yeah, and one of those things is Shayla Rautenberg is playing basketball, which is awesome to see because she's one of, if not the best volleyball prospects in the country, and she's just a sophomore. So her playing basketball that's cool, right? Like, because a lot of club volleyball is the same time, and the back and forth about club volleyball is taking away high school basketball stuff, and it is.
Yeah, they don't always play nice, right?
Yeah, and that's true. But it's really cool to see her play, and she is good. She is really, really, really good at basketball. So, and it's fun to see her play. And then Malcolm's coming, right? There's not only Hallie Dolliver, but like Peyton, and then there's a couple more coming that haven't even been to high school yet. So that's a thing. But I will say, just obviously being through their last Oakland Craigs, they won state title last year, so that's awesome too. But as far as the North Star and Omaha North girls game tonight, which is the biggest high school girls game of the year, at Omaha North, I'm intrigued big time to see how that one plays out. Obviously, I won't be able to be there, but that one's interesting. It should be a huge crowd. It should be a pretty fast-paced game unless North Star's length in that 1-3-1 that they play, that they extend out even to it's a 1-2-2 press, and then they drop into a 1-3-1. Can kind of maybe slow things down, but Omaha North wants to go fast. So
where do you think is this game is this game indicative, Jerome, or Mike, if you're just joining us? Sometimes I call him Jerome because of his crossover, and the way he likes his coffee. Is this game what do you think this says about? Because I don't think this is a referendum on North Star. I think the pressure is on North because they're combating the narrative that OPS is always swimming upstream. And so they're very cognizant of, let's do it for the district. You know, I think they rock with Coach Daly. She's super. But North Star is kind of like, hey, we took a shot on a coach that is a little different in how they arrived at this position. Like, is there any sort of referendum on this game? Because I think it should just be played the way it is.
Yeah, I do. I think they're the two best teams. Like,
okay.
For sure. Yeah, I think, and Millard West, I think you throw in there because they have for my money, the best senior girls basketball player in the 2026 class in Callie Pavement. I think she's the best prospect.
Ooh, not a hot take, but interesting because you're 10 toes down.
Yeah. Like I've felt that way for a long time. Yeah. My thing with North, it's a great story. Obviously, they've never done anything like that. They've never been this good. Never won a Metro championship.
Coach Turner's won state there, or was it Coach Lee?
No, that was almost Central. Coach Lee was Central.
No. Girls program.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
North Girls basketball has been good before.
Okay, but it's been down bad for.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm old, so I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, and North Star has made the state tournament, consistently here. Like it's one of those things. And Coach Daly's trying to build a program to get there. She's done a great job. I love her energy. She's really good with the girls on the team. It's just one little thing is like, so maybe act like we've been there before a little bit, right? Just a little bit. But don't take the edge away. But
I give her grace just because
I'm not talking about her. I'm not talking about Coach Daly. I'm talking about just the reaction sometimes is.
Even though I saw her with you out at where did you guys make me come? Indian Creek, the golf deal.
Yeah.
So she was passing me as I was leaving, and I knew about the kind of the Hamaya Joe thing and the possible leaving of Westside to go to North. I wasn't mad about that. Like, I rock with Coach Daly.
Me too.
Because I do, but listen, she blew me off like an 80-mile-an-hour wind and kept it pushing. I was like, huh. I think my feelings are hurt, but she's just so dialed. It's like I ate it. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I still rock with you guys.
Yeah, and I don't want to be misconstrued here. Like, she's done a good job. I'm being very complimentary of her. Talked to her even in the summer after it kind of looked like, sounded like all this stuff was going down. And I'm like, hey, like, it's awesome. Like, I see her, I give her a hug. Like, it's not that. I'm just saying there's been some things, and it wasn't just the Metro tournament and post game after a win that you were clearly expected to win a game, that there's been some stuff, right, by the team. So, like, if we can rein that in a little bit, because you're expected to win the game, then that would be cool. I'm not saying take all the fun away. I'm just saying kind of let's calm it down a little bit, right?
All right. So what do you think happens
tonight? Oh, I don't know. North's guards are pretty good, right? And can dribble through that, but the length of North Star is probably going to be a problem for them, I think.
All right, the floor is yours. Give it to him, Rob. Ravi has super hot takes, so I may sit this one out.
What do I have hot takes about?
You guys talk about the high school football story of the week.
Well, no. So and Sautter, I know you do a really good job reporting on this stuff. So.
I have not told him anything.
No, yeah.
We haven't talked at all. Like we the first time I talked to Damon this whole week was this morning when he called me when I was asleep at 6:30.
And I apologize because I saw a missed call and I did not have my phone on me. I said it had a red X. I said, I apologize. I missed your call. And this dude sounded like he had a mouthful of marbles, and I was like, oh, it is early. My bad.
I said, I forgot what I called you for. And he's like, all right, go back to bed. And I said, okay.
He said, yeah, bye.
I did not say yeah, bye like that. That is not how I said it.
Okay, you said, okay, yeah, bye. That's how it was. It wasn't, yeah, bye, Richard. It was, okay, yeah, bye.
So Sautter, I did some digging. I'm not a reporter, but I was curious about kind of how all this went, kind of played out and how it came to fruition here. And so it seemed like to me, and I think you can enlighten me and enlighten all of us here if you have other information. It seemed like to me this wasn't a Millard South thing specifically, which seems to be the prevailing thought publicly. To me, it seemed like, hey, Trae wants to get to Nebraska. He will find a place that fits. My digging led me to believe that wasn't the first choice. It's just the choice that ended up. I'm curious how you thought this all played out, and if it matters even in terms of what bothers you or doesn't bother you.
So, one, it doesn't bother me one bit, right?
Okay.
So, because it's happened across the country all the time for at least a decade, and it just is happening here for kind of the first time, maybe. And I can guarantee you, like I've been called. So when teams are good, I'm called a homer for them. So I've been called a Bellevue West homer, an Omaha North homer, West Side homer, and now I'm a Millard South homer. So
could Millard North get their turn in that rotation, please? Like,
yeah.
Help me out,
Hey,
man.
tell them they got to win more.
Help me out. Like, let's make it happen. Come on.
Basically what it is. So anyway, I do know for a fact Millard South had no, like, they weren't like calling, hey, get him here stuff. That was not how it worked. It was more of, hey, want to get these kids out of where they're at and or their situation, would like to have them play together. Here's a couple of schools you should check out in the Omaha area.
Check your phone.
And okay.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
Yeah. So it was there were a couple of schools that were told to them to check out. You can guess that those are Westside and Millard South, and I'm just going to say that. And
yeah, I mean, those have been the two best programs in the state.
Yeah, and they landed on Millard South because I think the quarterback situation is one where you have Braylon Warren there, and Westside ain't going to do that to that kid, right? Like they're just not. So, and Millard South has a quarterback that was a freshman last year that played, and Brody's going to be good. And it's one of those things where he's coming off of an injury and all that, and he's probably fine now. But like
he'll be good as a junior too.
Yeah. Like so. If you look at how good we think Millard South's going to be and Westside will be again this year, it's like, hey, Brody, you want to play half the games as a starter or half the games as a backup? You're playing half the games anyway. Wow. You know, like for a majority maybe of them is what I'm saying. I'm not. Come on, calm down. Like, let's not. That's just
You're saying the same thing about Westside. I'm not picking a side.
No, yeah. So I'm just saying
we're super young. We're gonna be way good, but we're young.
But so in this situation though, like let's look at the open enrollment law that was 1989 when that was passed, right? And as long as someone's on the May 1st transfer list, which is, not March 1st or February 1st list, it's May 1.
Saw 15th.
Yeah, so you can move. Like, guess what? In 1994, 5, whenever that is, I moved and transferred. I went to 3 different high schools in 4 years across the state of Nebraska because we moved for my dad's job or whatever. No one blinked at that. Like no one blinks when people move. It's just a higher profile kid. Who has the best dance team in the country?
Millard North, Millard West.
They're pretty attracting. Like they attract dancers to come to their school to participate in their dance team, right?
From all over the city. I actually know that for a fact.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
So who has traditionally one of the best marching bands?
Central?
Bellevue East.
Bellevue West. Or Bellevue East. Yeah.
They probably get kids that want to just go there to be in the band, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our drama there's lots
swing
of
choir, like all these stuff. It happens all the time.
IB. Central does it with their like newspaper program.
So what I'm saying is, yes, this is just a higher profile thing, but the word here, instead of like, oh, they're recruiting players and whatever, what we need to talk about is, yes, 2 schools in the metro area and in the state have become very attractive to play for and to be at for athletics. It is not their fault that they have become more attractive than basically everybody else at this point. What are they? They're doing their job. Like, that's what they should be doing. Yes, that is what all the life lessons and the culture and being a leader and all those things with athletics. Yeah, that comes a part of it. But if you're an administrator, you should want your school to be attractive. And there's 2 football teams, schools, programs, whatever, that have done that better than anyone at this point right now than anyone else. It was the same thing with Bellevue West, was pretty attractive. Like, I don't know, less than a decade ago, right? Like, they've done a good job of, those 2 schools have done a good job of being attractive to athletes and families and all of that, because they look at all the different things. It's not just, oh, I want them to play, like, win a state title stuff. There's more to it than that in those situations. So that's the word. I think being attractive for students and families is the word. And it's also one of those things where, like, I don't know, like, if people have a problem with what Millard North does, no one's talking about, or Millard South is doing and getting, no one's talked about Millard North yet. I haven't seen anything about that. We ain't talking about that. Why aren't we talking about that?
I wish we were talking more about that. I wish they were getting more guys.
I'm just saying, 2 new quarterbacks, a running back, and a safety, and maybe some linemen and stuff. Like, no one's blinked. No one's even brought that up.
Come on home, boys. Bring them all.
But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, no one's even talking about that.
Yeah.
Like,
and this isn't new either. I mean,
yeah, happen. Like, we're talking about like very good players, right? I'm not put their business out there, but like, we're talking about very good players, and like, no one's talked about that. It's just, and guess what? With this whole thing, no one's breaking any rules.
Hey,
you might not like it from your own moral compass and your own, like, neighborhood.
Actually, some of our moral compasses trump everything else.
Right.
Mine doesn't. Bring me the good players. Bring me all the good players.
But what I'm saying is, like, if people don't like it and all the reaction is, everyone should just go to their school that they live in and whatever. Okay, so you want to go back to 1982.
Oh, Lord.
We ain't doing that. That ship has sailed. Hey, you ever been fishing before?
Mike, you can't have deseg with.
But okay, listen to me. Have you been fishing before? You guys been fishing?
No, but my buddy Aaron did ask me this morning if I wanted to go ice fishing. I said yes. I'm gonna go freeze my nuts off, and hopefully maybe I fall through the ice and get hypothermia, and I'll forget about everything that I've ever known.
You've never fished? Like, you've never tried it?
Yep, I went with my buddy Bo Baltzell when I was going through a divorce. I lived at his house because I was pretty much a vagrant, and he took me fishing with his kiddos, and I was mortified at how he took the fish off the hook. I did go back, so that was 2011, and then I had the courage to step on the ice in 2016-ish, 17-ish to ice fish because it was way off away from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I have yet to go ice fishing because I don't know who's going to run the auger.
But I
need to know how thick it is. Like, I ain't just walking out there.
When you use live bait to go fishing, when you open that styrofoam up or whatever the live bait's in, what happens? What does the live bait do? The live bait kind of scurries. So the can is open. Like, it's not going to close back. You're not getting that back. Like, so move on from the whole neighborhood schools idea. It ain't happening. Like, ship has sailed. We've talked about this before. Like, it's a state law. All those things. Like, for all those reasons, the whole neighborhood school thing isn't happening. And if you happen to live in a district that does that, then I don't know what to tell you if you're upset. Like,
All right,
you can buy a house somewhere else.
You're gonna have to see Jess at some point if you're at basketball, and I'm not kidding you, will whoop your tail.
Yeah, I gotta go too. So see
all
ya.
right, bye now.
Have fun in Minnesota. That's my
Shane, we don't even have to take a break. If you want to go straight to Jess,
yeah, let's get to her.
She will freaking light me up if I'm.
We're on pace for.
Oh, gee, thanks for.
Aw, look at that.
You're not gonna tell me she's in the green room?
We're on pace for.
Like WTH.
I did. Check your DMs.
We're on pace.
I'm not on my phone.
Lucky for you, Rico came through with some decoration to ease my. I was gonna come in hot asking you about crypto, but I'll wait on that.
That's what we're on this morning. Okay.
Well, I see you're still selling it this morning. It's just on my X feed. By the way, I'm taking a look at Kyle right now. Do you know how pissed he's gonna be today with this weather?
Jess, timeout. Now I'm mad. Are you really choosing violence? You came in guns a-blazing.
Wow.
Like,
Don't I always?
I'm the only cool person you know, and you
I don't know if I'd say that.
Jesus.
I know a lot of cool people.
I'm done. Do you like my First of all, you suck. Thanks for letting me know she's in the green room.
What did I do?
Second of all, now she's rocking with Suave over me because he did this nice little thing for her.
He likes the decorations. He knows that. See, this is what he does. This is how he gets into on people's good sides. He just does little things every now and then, like, oh, I like that Rico guy.
Like, so Jess, can I say this without Kyle?
I like Rico for more than just the decorations that he does, but I'm just saying I got in here and immediately it's decorated, and so yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
All right, I'm going to forget about everything you said in the first 90 seconds. So
can we agree that Kyle is going to be, I won't go as far to say a pissy baby, but he's going to be angry today.
He may not enjoy his time here today.
Did you see how she wove in cutting me down?
Yeah, a little bit.
Very creative, Jess. Yes, I know you called me the pissy baby.
Yes.
Why did...
Just a reminder in case you forgot.
Why did Kyle shave?
He always does.
I mean, but doesn't he just like it? Like, what are we doing?
He shaves like once a week.
I love the beard.
It comes back in like a day.
Yeah.
It's like 2 days, and then it's, I don't know, I think he shaves like, once a week probably, and then it just comes back full beard, and then
He's got to learn in this climate. You got to keep that beard for a couple months.
Well, I think he shaves it when he has like the AD show or the Coach Rhule show or something like that, and then
that's fired.
Oh, he also emceed the Outland Trophy too, so I think he felt he needed to get cleaned up for a couple of those things.
Do you know how bad I wanted to hold his hand through that? But I was like, he's a big boy. He's like, you gotta. Break the seal at some point, right?
I did it last year, so I was like, welcome to the club.
Well, you are. This is beautiful. Do you know why?
What's that?
Because even though you kill me every time I talk to you, I'm glad people get to see you in all your glory. Like, you're an equal opportunity offender, and it doesn't matter who you are, right? Like, it's a free-for-all.
I mean, you set yourself up for a lot of it.
You keep saying that. That's not the truth.
Yeah, it is the truth. Okay, what do you want to ask me about today? We got 20 minutes.
Wrestling. We're here for wrestling.
Well, we got a lot. So just, I'm going to throw Ravi a bone so you don't slit his throat because I'm trying to save him.
What'd I do?
So softball's coming.
Yep.
Wrestling's coming.
Yep.
She's got women's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
She's got men's basketball.
Yep.
Jess, is there anything else he better ask before you lay out and whack him for not stretching your talents?
I talked some Husker rifle yesterday.
Oh, he ain't doing that.
We're the #1 team in the country in aggregate score, aggregate average scoring. potential national champion is all I'm saying, but we can say that for another day.
No, so rifle's probably not up my alley. My wife was a state champion trap shooter.
Oh, cool.
So I'm in the neighborhood, but rifle's a little bit different.
Jess, can you shoot a gun?
She's from
No,
Oklahoma.
I have, but I would say no, I can't, but I have shot guns before.
Jeez. I was making some assumptions about being from Oklahoma.
Yes. I've been hunting multiple times when I was growing up.
Oh, my God. Okay. Let's start with wrestling.
Okay.
Huge one tonight.
Huge weekend.
You're going live, right? Like, this is new. Like, what? Like, let's talk about kind of how you are trying to capitalize on the momentum, because you're always trying to think ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we are, again, we're making some changes. We have the new studio, and then we're investing in some other things and looking to try to go, build some stuff where we can go live on location, but we do have the capabilities of doing that. So huge weekend, and man, big opportunity tonight. It's been 16 meetings at Iowa, the last 16 that Iowa has taken. You got a chance here tonight, but also you have Ohio State on Sunday. And I think it's going to be an awesome atmosphere, and Coach Manning deserves the world. And, so we're going to, I think it's going to be another record-breaking crowd, but we're going to go out there and promote the duel tonight. And being that it is an 8:00 start, we can basically be live from 6 to 8. So we got a lot planned. Coach Manning's going to be on with us. Ridge Lovett, your boy Ridge Lovett.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah. We got Shane Sparks is gonna make an appearance. So yeah, we got a lot of cool things planned. But I told Kyle you better study some wrestling, because it's gonna be 2 hours of wrestling. No, we'll have. He's gonna be in studio, and I'll be out at Devaney. But we're excited, and again, no program more deserving, and I think it could be a big night for Husker wrestling. I think they could break the streak here tonight.
I mean, so Iowa gets all the headlines, obviously, because it's Iowa, but Ohio State is. I mean, obviously, that same neighborhood as Oklahoma State, Iowa, that same and Nebraska, obviously, in that same class of super high end wrestling programs. How do you feel about the way Nebraska's coming into this one? Obviously, they lost one to Oklahoma State, but they beat Minnesota. They're coming off some good wins here. How do you feel about where they're at going into this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're in a good spot. Again, going back to we've had these conversations before. I don't think it's as, we shouldn't get all hung up on things that happen in November and December, because this is a team and a program that's built to continue to build and be at their best when they need to be at their best. And, they know the task at hand this weekend. And while, we want to talk about the overall weekend, I don't know. I was going to ask Coach Manning this when I talked to him later today, but when is the last time that there was a weekend of this magnitude for Husker wrestling at home, where you have Friday, Sunday like this, both in the top 5? So, it's a big weekend. But that being said, they know the task at hand tonight. And you don't think this is a team that wants to beat Iowa? I mean, it's a rivalry for a reason. And I told Kyle this. I said, if there's an atmosphere that you have got to see, it's this one tonight. You need to go, because Iowa fans will travel down, and then obviously there will be a lot of Husker fans there. And so it's going to be absolutely electric. And so there's a lot of history here, and because of the program that Iowa is, because of what Nebraska's been able to build as well. And then not to mention just the rivalry overall between the athletic programs really in every sport. So it should be a fun one, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and it's interesting, looking at all the different projections and matchups, and it's coming down to hey, you can't give a bonus points at 125. It could come down to that. It could come down to one, and that's exciting. But I don't think for Nebraska, they're not looking to Ohio State because they want to win this one here tonight first, and this one means a lot to them. And a guy like Brock Hardy going for career win number 100. Chance Lamer's back healthy this week, and there's just a lot of history here. A lot of these guys have wrestled each other before, and it's probably not going to be the last time that they'll wrestle. Both this tonight and Sunday, these guys that they're facing probably won't be the last time, because you'll probably see them in Big Tens. You'll probably see them in the national tournaments. So there's just a lot of history here, and it's a fun weekend.
So let me ask you something, Jess. You're going to be like grassroots, ground level. You get to talk to Coach Manning and these guys all the time, and I think that's really the only reason why we have a decent relationship is because you're my conduit to wrestling. But that aside, with the crypto Twitter comment, I'm going to let that go, but not really.
I feel like. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Get your shit off. You feel like what?
The focus is on Coach Manning and wrestling. Let's go.
Oh, you're adulting now. That's awesome.
Yep, we are.
All right. So, how important? Because I gave you some credit. I didn't want to. I was talking to Coach Manning last week, and I was like, "Fudge!" I was like, "I got to give Jess some credit." We were going back and forth during the North Carolina match, and we were talking about coin flips and where to decide at weight class and where to start. And he went into kind of this behind the scenes, how the sausage was made of guys cutting weight, guys not cutting weight, the amount of rest, the duration between when they have to wrestle. It was kind of fascinating at that level because it's real time for a head coach. What do you think Iowa would like to do, considering that they give they acquiesce to the road team in terms of kind of how to decide this with where they start in weight classes?
Well, I think Iowa would probably want to start at 125 and set the tone. Because I mean, I think that's a match where you're looking at it. We look, it's been something that we've talked about this whole season. They've just, they've had a couple different guys, and while they like both those guys, I think they're still just kind of gaining that experience. And so I again, and I'm by no means one that can critique where their matchups might be, but it seems to be that Iowa leans towards, and you look at, they've got a veteran guy at 125 too. And so it just seems to be a place where maybe they could set the tone, and then you put Nebraska chasing the rest of the way, where you got to get somebody else. Nebraska's got to then go get bonus points. And so I really think both programs will start at 125, whoever wins the flip.
Jess, as you kind of look, you got anything else on wrestling? I wanted to.
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
So
I was going to expand, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Oh, she'll get mad. Go ahead. Let's throw a curveball. Get off of wrestling. Ask her something else. Then I'll come back to wrestling. She needs to be stretched.
So, Jess, I was wondering about, obviously, Nebraska softball has got ranked top 10 in the country. What?
You're going softball?
Yeah, you said we're getting expansion here. We're going crazy.
She punked you a month ago.
I know. No more football. I'm never going to ask her.
Jess, he's traumatized.
I'm never going to ask her a football
question. That he
question
didn't take
again.
you there the day that I missed work. Like,
that was not on Ravi. That was Damon texted me and said, we want to ask you about all these things. And so and then we got to the end of it. I was like, wait, you didn't
somehow him not doing his job when I'm not here is not stretching you?
Ravi didn't tell me. Ravi didn't tell me anything. You did. So
this is true. You set expectations.
I don't like either one of you. It's fine. It's totally fine.
What I kind of love about this Nebraska softball roster is obviously top 10 in the country. Half of the roster is from the state of Nebraska. Some of them went off other places and played some ball. But obviously this is kind of the last hurrah for Jordy Fram, formerly Ball, right? Sorry. My apologies. What do you think realistically with this roster and what Jordy brings to the table, are they able to reach all the goals that they have in front of them?
Yeah, I think they're certainly capable for sure. I mean, they got so close last year, and anytime you've got a Jordy Fromm in the circle, you've got a chance. And that's what I was talking with the play-by-play guy at Oklahoma. He's their sideline reporter for football. We were texting back and forth throughout the entire Super Regional, and obviously he knows Jordy Ball when she was at Oklahoma, and he said, I don't care who Nebraska's matching up with. If Jordy is in the circle, you got a chance. And so I think I think the loss, because they were so close last year, ate at them. And we had Rhonda Revelle on last night on the program, kind of previewing the season. And
she's fantastic, by the way.
Oh, love her. She, I think because that's become the expectations, because Jordy's been there, because you got everybody back, because you were so close a year ago, everybody's already penciling Nebraska into Oklahoma City. And a lot's got to go right for this team to get there. They've got the makings to be able to be that kind of team. They do not. There is no easing into this thing, though. They have got just a gauntlet from the start. They're playing the best of the best, and so they're going to challenge themselves earlier. But that's what Rhonda told us. It was by design for this group to be able to get over that hump, to play, to understand what it takes to beat some of these teams when they want to keep advancing, in May and into that first week of June, I guess. But they've got the makings. I think some of the areas, I think they got a heck of a catcher out of UNLV that I think they needed somebody there. You improve in the outfield, then you got everybody back. I think Damon and I were talking about their infield, and you got, Ava Cusack is one of the best shortstops in the country. She's back. And then, at third, you get some experience there coming back. And in second, also with Kaminson. And so you've got almost everybody back, and they've got a lot of options. And that's another thing that Coach Revelle was saying, is that now they can tailor their lineup more towards matchups. And so depending on what kind of pitcher they're facing, they can sub players in and out. Not every program has that kind of luxury where you can, if this pitcher's got a really good rise ball, we're going to put our rise ball lineup in there, And so I think that, and then they love the pitcher out of Gretna, Alexis Jensen. They say she's just
this is the best 1-2 punch they've had. I'll be curious to see how they use her behind the plate too when she's not on the bump.
Here's my thing too. It's like, oh, well, she's a freshman. What can she do as a freshman? Well, she's facing one of the better offensive lineups. I mean, they were, up there statistically, both in the Big Ten and the country a year ago. And they got a lot of those hitters back. And so she's facing them every day in practice. If she can hold her own against that lineup, she can hold her own against just about anybody else in the country. So they love her. And so I think you improve in a couple different areas that might have been preventing them from getting there a year ago. I think they have addressed those issues. And so, yeah, I think you can be really excited about this program. I think Rhonda said the challenge is we got to stay in the moment and not get put too much pressure on ourselves about that, because it is. I mean, there's a lot of excitement, and it's what comes with when you have a team like this. But I think it's a little bit. I'm hoping that it's a little bit like what we're seeing out of the men's basketball team, a mature group that understands what the process is and how to handle that process to get to where you ultimately want to be. But I think it's fair to say you can be really, really excited and hopeful about what this softball team can do this season.
I know you enjoy talking to Coach Hoiberg, so put that on the back burner for just a second. I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that you come across as pretty bright. How about this for a curveball? So you got Jesse Farrell, who's coming out of UNLV. Obviously, Calandria, who is transferring with football from UNLV. Do you want to pick on who's the more influential UNLV transfer? Nebraska needed to get better behind the dish in softball, and they also needed to bolster the quarterback room. You got any hot takes?
Coach Revelle, I asked Coach Revelle that. She said we might have a argument. He said we might have a pretty good argument. Look, I'll say this. I think one will be more impactful in the spring and one will be more impactful in the fall. How about that?
So diplomatic. So diplomatic.
Could you not know the answer to that question? That'd be cool. No,
she had
we're
it
not gonna
covered.
do that.
We're
We're
ready
just
to
going to
go.
continue to embarrass DB. All right. Last one from me. Coach Hoiberg, we joke about the Frager thing. I was giving Ravi a hard time. I was giving Sautter a hard time. It's like we're panicking and we're still trying to get accustomed to having nice things, right? So now it's, do we hold them, or how serious is it, or how? But all we've heard from Coach Hoiberg all year is, hey, next man up, next game. This isn't a referendum on our program. We're doing this. This is kind of how we are. Like, he's just been so chill in terms of his delivery, even though we keep, as Ravi joked about, waiting for the other shoe to drop. How cool has it been to talk to him and pick his brain as this season's worn on?
Yeah, especially going back to having conversations with him in the summer. And I think I've mentioned that on this show before, but you got a sense of that he was really liking the group and that it was going to be it could potentially be a big year. And now I don't know. And I was going to ask him this, but I didn't get a chance to, but at what point because I don't even think he would have thought, 19-0, 20-0. It's just so hard to do. And especially when you have the kind of teams you have Michigan State, they played some good teams, and especially in the early goings where people might knock their schedule, but it was still, again, you had some opportunities with a team that was going to continue to have to gel and, build and work through and build some chemistry. You just never know in those early going games either. And so, but you just, picking his brain, I told him the other day, I said, if you ever decide to get out of coaching, I think you need to be an analyst. And he said, you think so? And I said, yeah. And he goes, I think I'll be on the golf course, but he is so good. Like, I just listened to him when we're doing the TV show, and just, it is, man, he just is so good at breaking things down, but he loves his team. And yes, he has been calm, cool, collected despite the hoopla that's going on outside. And I think the team is following that lead as well with a lot of veteran leaders. Look, it's not about going 19-0. There's bigger things on the table. So he has been, but I do think he's having fun. I think he is enjoying this group, but I also do think he understands the potential that he has with this group. And so it's been a lot of fun, but you want to talk about somebody that is not, there's nobody more deserving. There's a lot of those coaches on this campus, but certainly Coach Hoiberg is in that list of coaches that is so deserving of this and this team and this year. And now it's, again, far from done, but it's been really cool to get to kind of sit on the side and chat with him every week about it and kind of see how he's moving about with this group this year. It's been fun.
That is Jessica COODY from the Husker Radio Network. Jess, appreciate the time as always. Good stuff. Glad we can hit a lot of different topics.
It's not good stuff.
No?
The first 3 minutes was a debacle.
Well, after that.
Hey, did you think, at any point, knowing me, did you ever think I would buy an Escalade?
Well, I knew you got hacked, but
I'm pretty stupid. So did you think I knew anything about crypto?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Wait, what? Wow. What?
Again, you asked the question.
You don't have to indulge. I'm being self-deprecating. You don't have to have the shovel and potting soil. We being serious right now? She said, yeah, that's for sure.
Maybe she was just agreeing with the second part that you don't know anything about crypto.
Yes, that's what I was. If you don't know how to connect your headphones to your computer, I don't know if you'd know how to navigate crypto.
Wait, when did I screw that up?
Oh my gosh. Let's call Ben. Call Ben right now.
No, Ben talked me off the ledge Wednesday. I love Ben. I got no problems with Benny Mac.
He was going all Creed. He was 6 feet from the edge.
But Ben would have my back on this, though.
So, wait, I kind of forget. What did I do? There's a lot. What did I screw up?
Well, every time we get on the flight, you have to have him connect.
Oh, yeah.
Your headphones, you got the new ones on Black Friday. They wouldn't connect. He had to connect those for you. Then you got new ones, and then Kyle had to connect those for you, I think. So, I mean, the list goes on. And I believe you guys have to sign off at 10. I don't think we could get it all in by then.
We're not on terrestrial radio, Jess. We could do what we want to. Jiminy Christmas. Fine.
Have a good weekend, Jess.
I hope to not sleep tonight. That's for gosh darn sure. I will be. So can you help me can you help me get my credential ahead of time, please?
I don't even have a credential.
Yeah, but so it's weird with wrestling. So I'll be in the hallway, but you just have to help me out, please.
Imagine that. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye, Shane.
Bye, Jess.
Is that
an ankle is a box full of kittens?
Is that not wild?
Yeah. I mean, you think I'm mean to you.
Well, we don't really talk. When we're in the same place.
Yeah.
We don't talk a ton.
Just got to get your barbs in here, huh?
You could end the week right there, and I'd be happy.
We can't end
How about the first 3 minutes?
It was aggressive. It was aggressive. Going a little hard in the paint,
That's fine.
We can't end the show right there, Shane. You know why? Because we got a bet on it. Brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook. and casino. I would not have.
I'm kind of shook.
If you had
How
bet,
about how she nailed the UNLV thing? I thought I was going to stump her.
No, you can't get one by her. If you had bet the over on breaks on the show today, you would have lost heavily and aggressively.
If it was 1.5?
Yeah, I think we only took one break today. I think this is our first ever one break show.
Oh, so Jimmy Neutron is hating us.
Oh, yeah, they're mad at us. It's okay, though, because we are going to talk about our friends over at Warhorse Sportsbook and Casino, the best place in Nebraska to place your sports bets. You can hang out there, play table games, get some food at the ale house, hang out after you've made your bets, and just hang out at the sportsbook, see how well you've done as well. Make sure you get out to Warhorse. All right, DB, we've got NFL Conference Championship weekend, and I think you teased you had maybe a lock. Did you have your lock this week?
I don't know. What are you going to ask me?
Well, I'm going to ask you, Patriots, Broncos. We talked a little bit about this with B yesterday. Patriots are 4.5. That line stinks to high heavens.
Yeah, taking Denver. Lock it up.
I'm taking the free money. I can't help it. I can't help it.
Sprinkle a little on the money line, too.
I can't help it. I'm taking the Patriots.
Give me the Denver Broncos all day long. Pony up.
Rams, Seahawks. Seahawks are 2.5-point favorites at home.
I'm going to take your.
Not mine. NFC West rivals. Get out of here with that.
Anybody can be beat. Anybody can be beat. Isn't that right, Bart Scott?
Playoffs.
I'm taking the Rams.
Playoffs. I also am taking the Rams. So we agree on that one. We disagree on Patriots, Broncos. I gave a little freebie out to TK earlier. He said he had a little credit for a tennis bet. I was like, hey, check out Lerner TN. He's plus 190 against Daniil Medvedev. So, if you want to get a little degenerate this weekend, Lerner TN.
If you want to get a little, is that even a word?
Nope, not even a little bit.
What is degenerative?
It's
I want winners.
The state of being a degenerate.
Like my man Aaron.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a good fisherman. I'm going. I need a peace of mind. This is a very stressful week. I don't have very many friends.
Rico says I worked really hard on those commercials. You bastards.
You bastards. You
killed Kenny.
I don't even know what to do with Rico.
I don't either.
They can't stop a nosebleed.
You have any under the radar locks for us?
No, but I think like if I was gonna go with one, I'm gonna go. I like Denver.
Ooh, you're on Denver.
I'm all over Denver, and I also think if you can you have to find I don't know if Aaron is on Twitter.
Yeah,
my friend Degenerative Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I think you got to take Nebraska tonight in the duel.
Ooh, okay.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah,
to be honest, because
you're feeling good about it though.
He and Dr. Octagon are the only two that know how to find those lines. So Doc Ock has kind of been my guy over the last.
Yeah, he was in the chat today.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I will say there's one little under the radar tonight. You got Ohio State, Michigan, not quite as high profile as the football matchup. Michigan hasn't been playing great. They only took the one loss. They're not playing incredible right now. They're a 14.5-point favorite. That feels a little heavy to me.
No, I actually like Michigan going away. If you want another one, I'd take Marquette on the road against Butler.
Ooh.
I think Marquette is catching like 5.5.
You think they're turning around a little bit? Because
I'm playing the line, not the matchup.
Because they've been bad.
But I definitely the only lock goes to the Broncos. But if you're looking to really make some money today, and it's freezing out and you want to be able to afford some hot chocolate in the morning, just hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Take Rutgers.
Ooh.
Hosting Indiana tonight.
What's the line on that one?
7?
7. All right, 6. You still like it at 6.5? I got it at 6.5.
Yeah, Rutgers should actually win.
All right, there you go.
It's a drop in the bucket.
We're
locking up the Broncos. I'm getting rid of these two for sure. They're definitely in cahoots.
That's the DB.
It'd be nice if Kyle would text me and be like, "DB, I got your back."
Those are the DB specials this week.
So I can
just win, baby.
So I can stop getting slaughtered.
That's bet on it.
First down, Huskers.
Brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook and Casino.
For the record, I know how to plug in my headphones.
No, I'm sure you do.
Although Benny Mac did offer to help me get my Twitter back.
Now, if you had to pair those headphones to Bluetooth, isn't that what Benny Mac helped you out with? pairing them?
Yeah, I couldn't find the signal. They were brand new. I didn't know how to turn on. I didn't know where the thing was in the pods.
I don't like the individual ones. That throws me off a little bit, you know?
You're gonna embarrass me because I don't know what I'm talking about. So the more questions
I
ask me, the more you're.
No, I mean I don't like the ones that are like disconnected.
Jess actually look like she knows what she's.
You know what I
talking
mean? I need my ears to be
free,
hooked together.
They are.
No, I mean the
You got
ear
five-
pods.
You got 5 on it. Can you roll? Can you roll your R's?
No, I can't actually. I was bad at Spanish because I can't roll my R's.
That's not Spanish. Those are your guys.
No, who? Rappers? No, you roll a lot of R's in Spanish though too.
I thought it was people that crash weddings.
You know.
Well, that's what you said.
You know that isn't. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. No, it's all good. I don't like having separate earbuds. I like having them connected. You know,
Fine.
I feel like I'm gonna lose them.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm irresponsible like that.
Yes, you are.
That's GB. I'm Ravi Lulla. Hurrdat Sports Live. We'll be back on Monday.
See you in Pittsburgh. Can't wait.